degrees in Atlanta, trending warmer tomorrow. Is there any chance for rain? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. A man is killed in a raging house fire in Dallas.
After arriving to the home on Mount Tabor Church Road, firefighters used the homeowner's ladder to get into the second-floor bedroom where they believe someone is trapped. Then, moments later,
Engine 3 with the urgent. I've got a victim.
Paulding County Fire Rescue Captain Steve Mapes says despite their efforts, the 35-year-old victim was pronounced dead at a local hospital.
It's heartbreaking for family, for the firefighters that were on the scene, and really anybody that's involved. This is a tragic loss.
The cause remains under investigation. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
President Trump says talks with Iran are going well, but as correspondent Natalie Brand reports, the president is also taking steps to ramp up fighting in case those talks don't end with a deal.
CBS News has confirmed that hundreds of U.S. Special Operations Forces are now in the Middle East. They join elements of the Army's 82nd Airborne and about 2,500 Marines who just arrived in the region aboard the USS Tripoli, with more Marines on the way.
A recent crackdown on illegal tire dumping in DeKalb County leads to 10 arrests and the removal of 30,000 tires. Police Chief Gregory Pedrick makes the announcement today at Temple of Faith Apostolic Church.
Between March 21st and 22nd, right here at this location, more than 300 tires were illegally dumped.
In addition to the recent arrests, the county is also offering amnesty days for residents to turn in unwanted tires. A new CDC report finds a big spike in the number of calls to poison centers in connection with the herbal substance Kratom.
Kratom is used for pain relief, enhancing mood, and to help relieve symptoms of opioid withdrawal. The Atlanta-based CDC saying that there has been a more than 12,000% increase in Kratom-related calls to poison centers over the last 10 years, including a large increase last year. Now, Georgia implemented the Kratom Consumer Protection Act. It went into effect January of last year. It restricts the sale of certain high-concentration Kratom products and requires that those products be kept behind the counter.
WSB Health reporter Sabrina Cupid says the FDA has warned consumers not to use Kratom because of the risk of serious adverse events. Delta says a mechanical issue forced a flight to Atlanta to turn back to Brazil last night. Video on social media shows the plane's left engine sparking and catching fire while in the air just after taking off from Sao Paulo. There were 272 passengers and 14 crew on board. The plane was able to land safely and the passengers were met by rescue crews. No injuries were reported. It is now 3:03. The Von Hessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now it's live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. It's Alex Williams.
Hey, Bill, been watching these delays growing on 85 North, leaving 285 up into Norcross. Just off the phone with our traffic troopers. They tell me it's a crash in the second left lane there, 85 North Jimmy Carter. That's what's slowing that ride. Southbound also on the brakes from Jimmy Carter down to 285. In DeKalb County, I-20 westbound. The earlier trouble all gone at Wesley Chapel Road. Now watching the brake lights filling into Midtown and downtown for the afternoon, starting southbound on I-85. Just below Georgia 400. The thickest part of it is getting down past Georgia Tech. Northbound also getting a tad slower as well from University Avenue up to Freedom Parkway. From the TrustDale.com Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Mostly cloudy skies today, high 74. An isolated rain shower can't be ruled out, but mainly dry through the afternoon. Lows tonight in the upper 50s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, trending a little warmer, high 79, climbing into the mid-80s on Wednesday.
Right now it's 69 in Smyrna, 70 in Conyers, also 70 in Union City. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour one of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. I'm your host, Eric Von Hessler. Not alone, joined by the Doctrinaires. Tim Andrews is here. Autumn Fisher is here. George Clark is here. Jared Yamamoto is here. Jared's very excited. I know, because I know he's Mr. ATL Pom-Poms. Jared, Mr. ATL Pom-Poms Yamamoto is very excited because of that walk-off grand slam.
Saturday night, what a magical moment for Dom Smith, man, of the Braves. I mean, listen to this here.
First at bat for the Braves.
First at bat with the Braves, first at bat since his mother had passed away from cancer, too. So what a magical moment for that.
It was awesome. I just, I only saw it on the highlights. I watched the highlights breakdown. I don't know if I could have watched the game that night. I don't know. Things are all over the place.
They really are.
But I saw the highlights. It was great because I watched those highlights on Sunday. And right into basically the end of the UConn game. So I saw a couple of great sporting moments without having to, put in all the time. That's the important thing. I was just there for the big moments.
You got all the reward.
And was I dreaming, or was Bill Murray, is he a big UConn guy? Sometimes I see things. And then the next day I wake up and I was like, did I really see that?
You had a dream about it being at a basketball.
Was Bill Murray there or was he not there?
He was there.
Okay, good. I'm not completely losing my mind. I'm not saying I'm not losing it a little bit, but that tells me that I'm not completely losing my mind. And so that was exciting. He was there with UConn, and I'm like, Bill Murray. Why is Bill Murray? Did he go to UConn? I don't think so. He's from Chicago. But, he's one of these guys who kind of will just meet somebody somewhere, and they probably said, hey, I'm a UConn fan.
Murray's son, Luke, is an assistant coach at UConn.
Oh, well, there you go. There's the reason. So that's why he was so happy.
Nepo baby.
Bill Murray. Bill Murray kind of stopped aging. He got to a point to where he looked like he was about 75. And then he just stopped. He's kind of like because I keep expecting him because I don't see him for a few years. Now Bill Murray's going to be older, but he seems to have kind of stopped at 2014 aging or something.
Yeah, he's
somewhere
stuck
in
there.
He's stuck. He's stuck in his 70s. I don't even know how old he really is. I'm sure he really is in his 70s.
He might even be 80.
He may be. But I hope that like him, I suddenly just stop aging at some point, even just stay alive for a good bit longer. 75 years of age. So he truly is stuck in his 70s forever. So that was exciting. That was
I have the moment too right here.
Well, it's audio.
But
Nobody
Brylan,
can't really see what the hell's going on.
So just to set the scene here,
Autumn can be interested.
Autumn can understand.
Yeah, she might have missed it.
This has never happened in March Madness to an overall number 1 seed. Duke was up by 15 at halftime. Every time in history that a number 1 seed has been up by 15 at halftime, they've always won. UConn not only came back, Duke just completely, they were not fundamentally sound at the very end of the game. Listen to this.
Get it into Boozer, back for Sarr, ahead, Boozer, that ball deflected and stolen by Mullins. Caravan, 2 seconds, Mullins tosses it up.
2 seconds left.
It's good! We're point 3!
Hope you're able to visualize that, Autumn.
I think I saw this.
Oh, okay. Well,
because I went to
you're hanging out at the bar, the local where everybody knows your name kind of thing.
Yeah, and people were cheering, and then they showed that clip over and over and over, but they still had a little bit of time left, and then nothing happened.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
They had a little bit of time.
I hope they get the internet back on in Iran so they can watch the Final Four.
I mean, it's one thing, to not be able to move around and have electricity all day long, but to not be able to watch the Final Four.
I know, they're missing out.
That's probably one of the things Trump feels like he has. Maybe this week they decide to make a deal in these negotiations that may or may not. I don't know. I don't know anything.
Don't you want to watch the Final Four in wherever you are in Gum or however you say that?
Oh man,
Shiraz.
Boy, Trump really he's been on a roll lately.
I didn't pay attention to anything over the weekend.
He's just saying things.
Words.
It's just like
I say things and words and explosions and dogs.
And then trying to figure out exactly what the policies are, what our foreign policy is.
I don't know.
I mean, before we get to Iran, let's just, so.
You want to go back to sports? I'm sorry, I opened that can of
No.
Yeah,
with so we have a blockade on Cuba. We have forever. A brief moment it was lifted a few years ago.
Well, they always said that Russia could do whatever they like.
Yeah, here's the thing. So when you hear this, so Russia is now sending an oil tanker, I guess it's already there, to Cuba. And Trump was asked about it. And the answer is just, to me, so bizarre. I mean, ultimately I land where he lands, but there's no reason to have to land there. He lands with, well, they need fuel and people need to get their heating and all that kind of stuff. So I don't care if Russian oil gets through. But the only reason they need Russian oil is because of what we're doing.
We blockaded them.
They can't get Venezuelan oil.
Right. Like, we have the Venezuelan oil and we're not giving it to them. And that's the reason that they need oil. And so what is our policy with Russia? It's very difficult to figure out right now. But, here he is just saying, I don't care. Let them send oil. Fine.
Well, we have a tanker out there. We don't mind having somebody get a boatload because they have to survive. It wouldn't bother me.
That report is true as far as you know.
Well, I would say, I told them, if a country wants to send some oil into Cuba right now, I have no problem with it.
Do you worry that helps?
Whether it's Russia or not, what?
Do you worry that helps Vladimir Putin, though?
Doesn't help him. He loses one boatload of oil. That's all it is. It's fine. If he wants to do that, and if other countries want to do it, it doesn't bother me much. It's not going to have an impact. Cuba's finished. They have a bad regime. They have very bad and corrupt leadership. And whether or not they get a boat of oil, it's not going to matter. I'd prefer letting it in, whether it's Russia or anybody else, because the people need heat and cooling and all of the other things that you need.
And they're 90 miles off our coast. So if that's the concern, it doesn't make any sense to me that we have this policy that says they can't have any of the oil that they used to get from Venezuela because we're now in charge of that oil, and we're not going to change that. But it's okay for other countries, including Russia, who we have a long policy disagreement. Cuba, holding being the greatest USSR outpost near America back in the day.
Well, I want to butter him up a little bit so he'll stop helping Iran.
Yeah, and at the same time, there is nearly, in my opinion, this plane that was destroyed by Iran, and was it on a Saudi airbase?
It was on a Saudi airbase.
And this was not just a plane. We only have 15 of these. Now we have 14.
Yeah, I think it costs somewhere close to $1 billion to make this plane because it monitors our drones and their drones.
It's a command center
Yes.
in the sky. It's like, so you can call the shots. It's not a war. I don't believe it does the bombing. It's all about, it has this huge radar on it. And they didn't just hit the airfield and the plane was there, which you could ask yourself questions like, what in the world are these very important planes doing just hanging out on an airfield? Probably because we didn't think Iran could do this. And I don't think that they could do it because, like I say, it wasn't like they hit the airfield and they hit the plane. They hit the plane on the airfield. And in my mind, I don't know that they could have done that without Russia helping them with satellite imagery.
Or China.
But at the same time, they're having a dispute with China and not allowing China's oil to get through the Strait of Hormuz. That's the only reason that I don't. China is allies with Iran. Russia has a historic alignment with Iran that's been there for a very long time. So my guess is it's more about Russia passing this. Again, it's speculation, but if they could hit one plane sitting on an airfield in Saudi Arabia, then we really underestimated their abilities to pull anything off. My guess is they don't have the ability to do that alone. So
Zelensky and
on
Ukraine.
one hand, Zelensky, and then I take him with a grain of salt because I know.
What are you talking about?
Well, he's gonna.
You said that Russia did it. You said that
I don't like Russia, so I blame them for everything.
Yeah, I know Zelensky, and it's not really because Zelensky said it. It's because I saw the satellite image, and I don't know. This is really accurate. It has to be accurate to the day, to the moment. I'm sure that plane has not been sitting where it was sitting for the last 8 months. So that has to be eyes on the ground or some. I don't know, but there's at least a chance that Russia is helping with the satellite imagery and things like that for targets. And then, but it's okay for Russia to help Cuba when, if the United States really care, like there's no reason for us to be trying to starve these people out.
3,000 D chess, Eric.
That's right. Maybe I shouldn't say that. If you think there's a reason for us to be starving these people out, and you still think that there's a humanitarian element we have to observe, then we could just do that from here. It's 90 miles away. We don't have to wait for Russia to send a tanker across the world. It all just kind of feels like kind of making it up as we go along. There's no real sort of...
Well, I got to keep pushing all these ideas and getting these things done before we're destroyed in November.
Well, in order to get them done, though, they have to make some sense.
Well, who says?
You know, some people don't even know if we're really negotiating with somebody in Iran. The last thing I understood was we talked to Pakistan. Pakistan talks to Iran. Iran talks to Pakistan. Pakistan talks to us. I don't know that we have any straight up. And
Pakistan, tell Iran that I want our stuff back.
That's right. That's exactly what's going on.
Oh, yeah? Well, tell Pakistan, tell America that we don't want to give it back.
So it's real. And is that an actual kind of negotiation? I don't know. I think Iran has said they will not deal with Kushner and Witkoff anymore. They want to deal with Vance because they get kind of a twofer, which is they know that Vance is not as into this as the rest of the administration, and the negotiation probably won't work anyway, but maybe it causes more disruption inside the administration. Is what they're thinking now. Trump again is posting that if we don't get what we want, the Strait of Hormuz is not open. In the next I don't know, what do we have out of the 10 days that are left? I don't know, 7.
April 6th is when the threat is supposed to be fulfilled.
So and again, still threatening what is a known war crime. It's just out there. It's just a known war crime. Again, every time I bring that up, I know there are people who say, hey, it's war. War is hell. You don't go by these roads. That's fine. But what I say to those people is, I want you to apply that logic to Putin and Iran and everybody you don't like. If you don't care what war crimes are in the Geneva Accords, then you don't care what they are, no matter if they apply to you or people you hate. I hear an awful lot of people have been talking about Putin and war crimes for quite a while, who now are like, hey, we're at war. We got to do what we got to do to win. And that's an understandable sentiment, but you can't have it both ways. You either, you think people should be held accountable for war crimes or not. I think it's odd that we have a president who keeps threatening. And then, it's more now because in this last one, he said not only all the power and energy facilities, so trying to have like a nationwide blackout, but in this one, he said maybe even the desalination plants. I mean, you're talking about, real horrible sickness, and suddenly you don't have running water and no power. I mean, at that point, it's almost like dropping a nuke without dropping a nuke. So it would be nice if there was just an understandable plan here for all of this, and you could think, okay, well, maybe this is going to work.
I'll tell you what, I'll let you know when I know.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
I'm going to get the exclusive on that.
Sure, I'll call into your show.
Okay.
But you don't do guests, so.
No, I don't do it. Well, you know what? If
we
the
could
president,
pre-record it.
If the president of the United States calls in, George knows this. If the president of the United States calls in,
standing order, take the call.
Take a call.
All right.
I say to George, George, stand by and stand down if Trump is on the phone.
I like that. I'll use that someday.
So it's just a lot of confusion. Just a lot of confusing. We've won the war, but we've apparently in the next couple of days we're going to have something like 50,000 service members in the region. And if we've won and now, Trump's talking about going in and getting the uranium, which is buried under rubble from Midnight Hammer in the mountains.
Yeah, better just leave it there.
So the thing is, he's looking for a thing where he can go, we won. So we put people in there and we get the uranium out of there. You will have left a mess. It's like that scene in, what's the South Park war movie?
America. Team America.
Team America. Where they
saved everyone, but they destroyed the statue of the
Eiffel Tower gets knocked over.
In
a situation like that, if we get the uranium, then I think he thinks I can say we won because we got rid of the nuclear threat. But getting that uranium would be, without a doubt, would be the most difficult military operation probably in history. You're in the mountains. This stuff is under rubble. It may be in more than one place. You got to rappel in there. You got to hold that ground. And then the stuff is dangerous. They're in these like 1-ton silo things or whatever. We got to get them out of there. Nothing can be pierced, or it's big time danger for anyone on the ground. While the Iranians are shooting at you, I don't know how this could. If they pulled it off, it would be the greatest military operation ever. And he would be able to say, hey, they don't have anything to make nukes with. That's a success. I'm getting out. And let the rest of you do whatever you're going to do. That would be very difficult. And the hard part here for me is, when you have a plan and you have stated objectives and how you're, in week 3 should seem like a natural progression from week 1, as opposed to the way this feels like, okay, we tried that. We thought it'd be over in a week because we killed the Ayatollah and the people come out and okay, that didn't happen. All right. So now we're going to, we didn't realize they were going to close the Strait of Hormuz. Okay, now we got to open up the Strait of Hormuz. You know what I mean? It hasn't started as this is the plan, and that's the way it should feel. In week 3, week 4, week 5 should not, you're at war. So you're going to change things. You're going to have to respond to stuff. But overall, this week just doesn't feel like a natural progression of week 1. And when you have, and some people, maybe it does, but I can tell you, to a lot of people, most people, it doesn't. And if in that situation, we start losing a lot of our military, and then people at home don't even know why, that is going to be horrible. He want to take Karg Island, but what do they mean by that? Are we going to have a bunch of Marines stationed there?
Want to be sitting ducks there?
That's what I think. And you see a level of incompetence here, not at the very top. I'm just talking about the civilian command. You see a level. You don't see incompetence. The military is actually hitting all the targets they're supposed to hit. And Trump doesn't seem to understand the questioning, the administration. Hey, we took out this and we took out that. We took out the other thing. Yeah, but we're still there. We took this out. We took that out. We took the other thing out. We're still in. And people don't understand exactly why that is. And the question that Trump and Rubio and everybody Hegseth gets so mad about, because we're having this success and this success and this success, is, well, there's an actual question about whether how much you can do with air superiority. Nobody denies that we have the superior military than anybody else on the planet, than anybody else that's ever had a military on the planet. It's not even close. The question is whether your tactics will work, whether blowing up. And so when it comes to the military itself, they're succeeding. They're hitting the targets. They're doing what they're supposed to do. It's not about the military itself. This is about the civilian leadership who is supposed to have the plan here. And I don't think a lot of people in military circles have ever thought that you can just get everything you want through the air in a situation like this. You have to put people on the ground.
We had to send ground troops into Iraq and into Afghanistan.
We did it from the beginning.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
From the very beginning,
we did everything at once.
And we've shown, and I don't really get why we're not kind of better at this, because the 21st century warfare has been all about asymmetric. Yeah, you line up against the United States of America as a military, you're going to lose. But asymmetric warfare is a different thing, and we don't seem to have really figured that out in the time since we've gone into Iraq and Afghanistan in the 2000s. So that's the question. It's not about whether the military can do the job. They're the best military in the world. The question is, the civilians that are running all of this, do they have goals that can be understood? Do they even have goals? My question again, I asked this after Trump first put out that 48-hour warning to Iran, we'll wipe you off the face of the earth kind of thing. And still, I haven't seen anybody ask this question. I don't know why. I'm not the smartest dude in the world. But the question should be, was the military informed that you were going to make that ultimatum to Iran, the warring party the military is currently at war with, was the military informed that that was going to be an ultimatum, or did the military find out at the same time that the people in Iran and the rest of us found out? Because if that's true, I think that that's beyond the pale. That's dictionary definition, bad leadership during war. Surprising them, good idea. Surprising your own military as president of the United States,
Yeah.
not a good idea.
Maybe he's just using ChatGPT.
It's just emotional.
Oh, yeah. ChatGPT does ramblings really well.
That's what he's doing. Maybe he's just using that for his war tactics.
Well, that's fine, but the question is, does the military know what the next post is going to be?
Write an ultimatum in mostly all caps with some misspelling. Thank you.
Yeah, this guy was riding free on Martyr just because he could. And you saw some No Kings people, and they had a sign. Listen, this is a lesson. I don't care what side of anything you're on, if you're going to be a protester. Spell check those signs.
Seriously.
Your message goes down in flames if you don't properly spell the words on your protest sign.
I felt so bad for these people because there were protests all around Georgia on Saturday, and we were on the train with a bunch of other people that were going to the one in Kensington.
Yeah.
And, oh my goodness, the sign said, "Love is everywhere. Find it." They forgot the R in everywhere.
The R. Love is everywhere.
Well, you know the R.
Everywhere.
Wait, John Lennon is an expert on love. What?
I was going to say that I am an expert on love, but the R is part of the patriarchy, or as I like to say, patriarcha.
Get any size air conditioner for $69.99 a month, 0 down, an unbeatable lifetime warranty, and ask about clean air upgrades. Visit reliableair.com to book your free estimate today.
This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. Many retailers use a computer program to tell you which mattress to buy after answering a few questions. That's not how finding the right mattress works. At OMF, our associates take the time to understand your specific needs. They'll guide you through our showroom, explain the differences between models, and help you select the right mattress. No computers, no gimmicks, just personal attention and quality mattresses built locally. Visit any showroom and experience the OMF difference for yourself.
Nothing makes a home feel refreshed like a fresh coat of paint. Ashley Frasca to tell you about Serta Pro Painters. This spring, invite them out to your home to give you a free estimate quickly and at the right price. I enjoyed working with their team of professionals who protected my home during the job, got it done right, and then cleaned up, leaving us happy and relaxed. Do what I did. Schedule your free estimate online now at CertaPro.com. That's Serta with a C.
Each Serta Pro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Priority Men's Medical Center restores men's love lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Priority Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Priority Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. Take control of your love life. Call now. 404-885-8885.
Selling your home? You have a choice. You can wait, juggle showings, and hope for the best, or choose Orchard. Get cash up front to buy your next home first, then sell your old one for top dollar. Start with your free home valuation at Orchard.com.
Who doesn't want their plumbing, roofing, HVAC, you name it, job done right for the right price? I'm Dale with TrustDale.com. 2.5 million happy TrustDale customers can't be wrong. Book your next project to get my free $10,000 Make It Right guarantee only at TrustDale.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic,
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Vincent Financial. Our top local story: students and staff at Chapel Hill High School in Douglas County are mourning the death of a student who was killed in a prom night crash over the weekend. The Georgia State Patrol says speed was a factor in the crash that killed 18-year-old Patience Price along Chapel Hill Road at Rosemont Drive. The car she was riding in flipped over several times and she was thrown from the vehicle. Another passenger is seriously hurt. The driver has minor injuries. Investigators say the driver showed no signs of impairment. DeKalb County targets illegal tire dumping with 10 arrests and the removal of 30,000 tires.
We are serious about enforcement, we're serious about solutions, and we are serious about cleaning up our communities and holding individuals who illegally dump tires responsible.
CEO Lorraine Cochran Johnson says this is an expensive problem for DeKalb taxpayers and it creates problems for health and safety. Atlanta police identify the unruly passenger arrested on a Frontier flight inbound to Atlanta. 48-year-old Pierre St. Richardson reportedly made a bomb threat. He had outstanding warrants and was additionally charged with terroristic threats. He is now in the Clayton County Jail. Wait times at all checkpoints at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport are less than 10 minutes this afternoon. TSA says most of its officers are now receiving back pay from the government shutdown. New help for drivers on Georgia 400.
It's no joke. On April 1st, the State Department of Transportation will roll out a new level of assistance for the 16-mile corridor of State Route 400.
So as part of our public-private partnership with State Route 400 Peach Partners, they are launching a new State Route 400 Incident Response Unit.
The DOT's Kyle Collins says the IRUs won't take the place of Hero units, but work in conjunction with them. Drivers who need help won't see any changes when they dial 511 for help on the road. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
It is now 3:32 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, it's Alex Williams.
Hey, Bill. Earlier crash I was watching, second left lane, 85 north before at Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit 99 in Norcross. That has since cleared. Still watching the brake lights, though, leaving 285 eastbound. Also getting slower between Dunwoody, Dorville, Tucker, and Clarkson. Just all afternoon volume there. And a crash cleared Southside Perimeter, 285 westbound. The inner loop just past Riverdale Road. Delays, though, back to I-75. Hopefully those will start to thin out. From the TrustDale.com Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Cloudy and relatively cool for this evening. Lows in the upper 50s to low 60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with an isolated pop-up storm possible. High 79. Landing in the mid-80s on Wednesday.
Right now, it is 70 in College Park, 71 in Hampton, and 72 in Swanee. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Belinda Skelton here, and I'm with Troy Pensa. Took me up on my free offer of a heart scan from Virtual Imaging and has an incredible story to tell.
I had actually signed up for an Ironman triathlon. As a proactive measure, I went to Virtual Imaging to get my heart scan done. Turns out that my score was a little higher than anticipated. Luckily, my primary care physician took serious notice of it, referred me to a cardiologist. I had my stress test and found out I had 3 blockages.
You weren't having any symptoms.
As an athlete and somebody who's been active my entire life, I never thought that I would even have a remote blockage, but turns out that it's hereditary.
You didn't even experience any chest pain?
None whatsoever.
Wow, that's the scary part. What are you waiting for? Call Virtual Imaging today for your free heart scan with few minimum requirements. If not for yourself, then do it for a loved one. Call now at 770-678-SCAN or visit their website at virtualimagingatl.com. 770-678-SCAN.
I'm Rick Jackson. My dad abandoned us. My mom was an alcoholic, so I left the projects. Shoe shining, ticket scalping, vacuum sales. I found purpose in work and built a $3 billion business. Like President Trump, I don't owe anybody anything. And like you, I'm sick of career politicians. I'm running for governor to lead America in criminal deportations, to cut income taxes in half, freeze our insane property taxes, reform the system so that anyone who can work will work, and not just sit around binge watching Netflix and eating Cheetos. I'll let law enforcement do their job. And if you're caught helping a child change their sex, you're going to jail. I'm Rick Jackson, and I'll get these done. Paid for by Jackson for Governor, Inc.
Coolray is celebrating 60 years of bringing home comfort to Atlanta, and to say thank you, they're lowering their service fee to $60 all month long. Dave Baker here. This means now is the perfect time to get your faulty outlets looked at, your HVAC system tuned up, or that small plumbing issue diagnosed before they become major repairs. For 60 years, Atlanta homeowners have trusted the Coolray name to keep their homes running smoothly. See them on the web at Coolray.com. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
You know, I didn't want to, when we were talking about the new McCartney song, was that on Friday or Thursday? I can't remember.
I believe it was Friday. That's when it came out.
Yeah. I didn't want to kind of overstep because I knew that would be ridiculous if I did. I mean, the guy's 83 years old. He's written 9 billion songs at this point. But I listened to that song, and I thought then, I was like, I think this is a special one. I think this is a top tier McCartney song. Now he's 83, and he's, I think his voice sounds pretty good on it, but he's 83 years old. And Autumn mentioned, just give songs to other people so they can sing. And I thought, well, that's true. It probably would sound better with another voice. But over the weekend, I have to say, I have enough bad things to say about AI. I'm not really happy. If this is a true headline, AI creator Dallas Little drops another a single by singer Eddie Dalton. And he's got like 3 of the top 5 iTunes songs are AI songs with this guy, Eddie. I don't know. But sometimes you see these headlines, and what does it mean? It was in the top 5 for 10 minutes? Was it in the top 5 for 3 weeks? Any headline with AI. So at that point, I'm like, oh, AI music. God, this is terrible. And then I came across this guy who makes AI versions of songs. And he made a Irish folk version of McCartney's new song, Days We Left Behind. And I was like, hey, thank you for this AI, because it really solidified what I thought, which was, this is not just another, here's another thing, this is really a special song that is simple, like Yesterday is simple, but just has this beautiful melody. So you got to hear some of this Irish folk version. And then when I heard that, I was like, yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that this is actually a beautiful song. And, this is AI. So I believe that I have the sound up, but maybe I don't. Come over here and help me. There's no, well, I'm talking to my producer.
Days we left behind.
That was a dumb thing. That was on Von Hessler. That was dumb.
What happened? What'd you do?
I just didn't turn up the slider over here on my.
Whoops, a doodle.
Yeah, kind of stupid. All right, so here's my point. I'll just get a little bit to the first chorus.
Looking back at white and black, reminders of my past. Smoky bars and cheap guitars, but nothing built to last. Nothing ever stays, nothing comes to mind. No one can erase the days we left behind.
I was just like, when I heard that stupid AI version, I was like, I was right. That is a beautiful song. And he appeared for $9 billion a ticket.
He did.
In L.A. I don't know. There's been some. We did the story where it cost you $14,000 for 2 people to go, and then some people said, it wasn't really quite the price. But we have a package here, and I think that the actual ticket price is still not that. But does it say $1,600
I
here?
can't remember exactly what it says, but I can tell you that all the stars were out seeing the show.
Taylor Swift, Elton John,
stop
Harrison.
right there. Taylor Swift was there.
Elton John.
I guess now I can jump on that McCartney train. Taylor Swift is there.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift, Elton John, Harrison Ford, even fellow Beatle Ringo Starr. Everyone who's anyone seemed to show up. The hype began when fans entered a ticket lottery for $1,600 seats. Woo! Cell phones were banned, but fans say the 83-year-old remembered the Beatles' early days, playing gigs in Liverpool. He told them it wasn't so different from the Fonda Theater before it was named for Jane's dad and went by the Hollywood Music Box. The concerts were timed.
Okay, so
what's the name of that place? Hollywood Music Box, named after some chick.
So
poor Deborah.
Here's one thing that is different, Paul, from the old Liverpool small joints you used to play. It didn't cost $1,600 a ticket. That's one small.
With inflation.
You do have to figure it. You have to figure in inflation a little bit. And back then it cost you like two marks, and you go to the beer you can drink. Now it's so much more.
You okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, you do 3-hour shows.
She loves you, yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get how anybody could charge $1,600 a ticket.
Oh, it doesn't
I
make
don't.
sense.
It's
he
not
has enough money.
Yes, and the thing is,
People want to see me.
He doesn't flaunt his money. He doesn't buy castles. He doesn't get Nick Cage. He banks it. He's like my people my age, our grandparents who lived through the Depression. He was born really, 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 really impoverished. So
meanwhile,
it's in your
every
brain.
car John owned had rims.
Yeah,
spinning rims.
When they were young, or when they were
TVs in it.
No, in the 70s, everything had BLDs on it.
And his Rolls Royce.
Yes.
Well, if I paint it psychedelic, then it's not really a Rolls Royce. Was it a Rolls Royce or a Bentley? I think it was a Rolls Royce.
Wasn't it a Rolls Royce?
I think it was a Rolls Royce.
Guys,
But,
Paul
hey,
McCartney's only worth $1.3 billion, guys.
That's not
It's
true.
not enough.
Listen, I think he's worth more than that.
Well, he could join
Well, I don't
the
know where
Board
you
of Peace.
Hey, he's got enough money to join the Board of Peace.
I asked him, I said, Paul, join the Board of Peace. You were all about peace at one time.
Hey, since that Board of Peace met for the first time, the entire world appears to be on fire. I don't know how good of an opening month it's
Not
been.
the people in the Board of Peace.
Well, yeah, I think there's some Gulf states in there.
Well, I mean,
They're getting hammered right now.
They're going to fight back.
Are they?
The best way to achieve peace is through war.
Going back to what we talked about before about Iran being able to hit that very important plane in Saudi Arabia on the airfield. It's like, remember I was wondering about how many interceptors do we have? I want to know more. And we're not getting the full story. I mean, we're just not. We're not getting the full story. Once you see the plane, I think that our government described it as damaged.
Oh, it's not damaged.
This thing is never going.
It's not flyable.
It's never going to be. It's never going to leave the ground
The
again.
tail
That's not
is
damaged.
detached from the back for the fuselage. It's a big
little
hole
duct
in
tape.
it.
Huh?
A little duct tape.
A little
will
something.
fix it.
So that's
an E3, by the way. It's the name of the plane.
Yeah, that's enough to let you know the kind of information that you're getting when you're getting that. Oh, they damaged a plane, and then you see the plane, and you go, no, we only have. Well, now we have 14. We only had 15 of those because we don't build them anymore. They cost. What, millions of dollars? I don't know what it costs to make these things.
It was close to $1 billion.
But it's a flying boardroom where you can figure out. I mean, it flies around so that you can, it's got radar on it. It's got everything. It's the eyes for the troops on the ground. We have 14 left. This was the 15th. This one's taken out. But all you need to know is that your government told you it was damaged. When you see a little thing like that, this is how to train yourself to get to things that are truth, if that matters to you. When
It doesn't.
Okay, if it doesn't, it doesn't. That's
Thank you.
fine. But if it does, it's where you see that little thing. Okay, a couple days ago they said it was damaged. Now we have pictures, and it was basically destroyed. Now you got that in your mind. My government told me that. So what else is happening that they're giving me the soft sell on? That's you
And how
can't
come
know. You can't know everything, but once you do see something, it's not difficult to imagine that, that's not the only time we haven't been told the truth.
Well, in World War II, they were cranking out a plane a day.
Yeah, because we called it a war, number
Yes.
one, and we knew we were in something for a number of years. Like we knew what it was going to take.
But with all this stuff
These-
being
these-
destroyed, they should be making it right now.
We planned for this. We did not believe that Iran had the asymmetrical ability that they had, and obviously. Now, here's the other part, though. They got to be running out of missiles, too. They're not cranking out new missiles, and then, we've got to see, is Russia sending them new missiles? Is China sending them new missiles? That's fine, but that's not going to go on forever either, because those two countries aren't going to put themselves, Russia needs their missiles. They're in the middle of a 4-year war. And China doesn't want to become depleted like us. So the other side of this is Iran does not have an endless supply of missiles. But if they've got a week's worth when we have no more interceptors, that's a lot of damage.
Topical. And then it hits me, and I'm like, this is a freaking AI lady.
Local.
Green's resignation is going to shrink the Republican majority in the House.
Getting you through your morning.
How does that work?
Mark Arrow.
You've got to be kidding me.
Mark Arrow.
Tomorrow at 9 a.m.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Visit my friends at Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort. This is Scott Slade. They specialize in exquisite handcrafted fine jewelry and natural mined diamonds, never mass-produced. It's where I've been doing business for over 25 years. Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort.
We are here with CFP and investment advisor Aaron Vincent of the Vincent Financial Group and host of Retire ATL every weekend right here. Get more at retireatlradio.com. And Aaron, there are some adults that work with the big box firms, and they think to themselves, I feel like some of my needs aren't being met, or there are opportunities that they could be missing. So what would you tell that person that's thinking about getting that second opinion, thinking about making the call, but they just haven't yet?
Mark, what I would say to that person who thought about it or wanted to last year but didn't is why? Why didn't you? Let's get real here. Whether you're in your car driving or you're at your office, however you're listening to this, take a second or write this down or make a mental note. Why didn't you execute on that thought? That thought that you had, that feeling that you had about getting a second opinion, you didn't follow up with that. What's the reason? A lot of times we find people are intimidated by, I don't want to be transparent. I feel like if I admit where I'm at, I'm admitting failure or something along those lines. And let me just make the bridge to you right now. We aren't going to judge you if you wish you were at X, but you're only at Y. There's no shame in saying, I'm not where I want to be and I want to get there. That should be applauded. If anything, you're going to get applause from us because it's like the human condition, right? Life on earth, to raise your hand and say, I need some help. I'd like to get this thing shored up and I'm willing to tell you the truth about where I'm at to get there. That takes courage. It takes some guts. I respect that regardless of where you are. To say I'm willing to open myself up to that sort of conversation, that should be applauded.
To receive a personalized second opinion of your financial future from the team at the Vincent Financial Group, we invite you to call today, 770-280-1488. That's 770-280-1488 or online at retireatlradio.com. And join us for Retire ATL every weekend right here. And it's all powered by the Vincent Financial Group.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions.
If you've been seriously hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, I want you to call my friends, the accident attorneys at Sweet James. It's Mark Aaron back with you. You know what matters to us. We take care of our own. Family matters. Community matters. And when something life-changing happens, you need a law firm that treats you like more than just a case number. That's Sweet James Accident Attorneys. There was a case where a city vehicle ran a stop sign at nearly 50 miles an hour. Crash caused really bad injuries. Family's life changed in just seconds. Sweet James took that case all the way to trial. They stood up for that family, presented the evidence, and the jury returned a record-breaking $17.4 million verdict. Now, they can't promise any outcomes. Every case is different. But when you're facing an injury from an accident, there's only one firm to call, Sweet James Accident Attorneys, the firm that treats you like family. Get a free case review at 800-9-MILLION. That's 800-9-MILLION, 800-900-0000, or sweetjames.com.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait. And don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
One thing you got to give to us Americans is no matter how bad the economy is, for however large a percentage of our society, when it comes to holidays, we just don't care. We're just like, we're spending a bunch of money. Easter spending to hit record $24.9 billion. Even as that's a lot of eggs.
Yeah, it is.
That's a lot of chocolate bunnies.
An average of $195.59 per person.
Yeah, not for me, really. I don't know. My wife's buying stuff because of the grandkids. I have them over for a little egg hunt type of thing. And then along with other children that they know, right? And so my wife is like, I almost said my mom. I
feel you.
Yeah, my wife. She's like, yeah, we're gonna have people over. We're gonna do this, and then I had to remind her. It's like, well, you know, a couple of years ago, before the 60th birthday party, remember we found all those yellow jackets down there. We had somebody. We had to nuke them. Basically, it was like the charges underground and everything. Like, and that was a couple of years ago. And she said, well, and they're bringing some friends. Like, well, I think maybe we should have somebody come out and make sure that those yellow jackets didn't come back.
The ground invasion.
Yeah, the ground invasion, exactly. Bees on the ground. We got to make sure that we don't have bees on the ground when they get here. I was like, yeah, I've been back there. There's hardly nothing. I was like,
They're coming out now.
There's a certain responsibility, I feel, if other people's children are going to be in my backyard. So I had a good long back and forth, but I think I finally got my way.
Do the
no
bees,
kids in the backyard until we find out the bees from 2 years ago really left forever.
Do the bees control the Strait of Vaughan, or do you control the Strait of Vaughan?
No, I call it the Strait of Vaughan just because.
Excuse me, they're not bees.
Oh, sorry, sir, they're wasps.
They are
That's
yellow
true.
jackets.
How much is a barrel of honey?
So, you know, we're going to be doing that kind of stuff, but I guess it'll cost me a little bit. But it's all about grandchildren now. You know, I'm not getting. I mean, my wife will spend money for a basket for an idiot 61-year-old such as myself, and
you get a basket.
My sons who are 41 and 20. Yeah, she does that. You know, she's been doing it forever, and she makes everybody a basket. And then you know what she gets from me?
What?
Thumbs up.
Good job, honey.
Pat on the head.
Complaining.
You do not believe it.
Atta girl.
Autumn, you don't believe it. When I say stuff like that, you believe it too quickly. I will say that.
Well.
Just ask my wife. I am not a cheap husband. You want it? Okay. You want to go there? Fine. As long as you're not asking me to go, I'll pay. I have no problem. Go anywhere in the world you want. I think it's great. I'll be in the basement. I'll be in the basement.
You know what? Maybe this year, Eric, you should be the one to go buy the Easter eggs. You should be the one to go and
you
set
should
everything
dye
up.
them.
You should
actually
dye them. You should be the one that's in charge.
Yeah.
The head of it this year.
No, I don't see that. Now, if the grandkids came over and it was a night of dyeing eggs, I would get involved in that.
Okay.
But for me personally,
No, you're doing it wrong. Let me show you.
you know, I'm a stickler for detail. All right, get out of here. If you're not going to do something right, there's no sense in doing it.
You see this thing from Paws? It's a little copper ladle. It's easy.
It's easy. You know what? It's easy,
Idiots.
but you've got to maybe spend 4 minutes of your attention. I am nothing like that. We're the cool grandparents. Well, actually, both sides. Cool grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe too cool.
Why too cool?
Well, I don't know. You know, like maybe if you're a kid, you need at least one mean grandparent in there somewhere. Just to put the fear of God in you. Should there be like one old person in your life that kind of scares you a little bit?
Yeah, that's usually like the great uncle that doesn't talk.
Yeah. The mystery.
Yeah.
The mystery aunt.
He was in Korea. Don't talk to him.
Yeah, that was my Uncle Freddie.
Was it?
Yeah, they used to say, They didn't say PTSD back then. They said
shell-shocked.
Shell-shocked,
Yeah, he
yeah.
said he was shell-shocked. And one time I was like 8 years old, and I liked everybody who was an adult who would talk to me because I like talking to adults. So, me and Freddie, went to the store one time, whatever, and on the way back, I told him I liked his watch. It was a very nice watch. Now, I was 8 at the time, but it seemed like it was very, very nice to me. And he just took it off and gave it to me.
Wow. That's cool.
Well, it was cool until I got back home, and my mom found out and said, hey, give me the watch. And she gave it back to her brother. So...
Why'd she give it back?
Because he had problems mentally.
Yeah,
I see. Okay.
There you go.
So he truly did. He was, I should say, shell-shocked. He got knocked into like schizophrenic.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was like, I don't think an 8-year-old was taking advantage of that. It took an adult to say, no, that's not your watch.
You don't want to know how he got that.
What?
You don't want to know how he got that watch out of Nam.
I say I'll be damned if I'm going to let some take away my son's birthright.
I don't know what you guys are referencing.
Pulp Fiction.
Oh, I saw it, once.
Christopher Walken's character delivers the watch to a young Bruce Willis character that while he was in a POW camp, he had kept someplace.
Oh, yes.
The
now I
safest
remember.
place you can keep things.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. I'm like the weird person. I saw Pulp Fiction once at the theater. I thought it was great. I never saw it again. So I can't follow along when other people are doing the lines. I feel less than, if that makes you feel better.
Good.
Autumn is happy.
Makes you small.
Cancer. One small cell can change everything. Beating it takes something big. Northside Hospital Cancer Institute is built for it. Built for breakthroughs, pioneering clinical research, treatment, and surgical innovation, with the most cancer centers and board-certified oncologists in Georgia. We're built around you, with personalized care from screening through survival. Northside Hospital Cancer Institute, built to beat cancer.
It's official. President Trump has endorsed Burt Jones for governor.
Burt Jones has been an incredible leader. This man has my complete and total endorsement, and I really want to see him win.
Burt Jones is a trusted Trump conservative who's leading the fight to end Georgia's state income tax.
He's going to make a great, great governor. You will be very happy, Georgia. Burt Jones has my complete and total endorsement.
Paid for by Burt Jones for Georgia.
If your investments are in a 401k or an IRA, then listen carefully. You spent 30, maybe 40 years building your retirement. The question is, are you about to watch it take a hit you can't recover from? Military escalation in Iran, tariffs and legal chaos, the U.S. dollar under pressure it hasn't seen in years. History is clear. When this much uncertainty hits at once, the investors who moved into gold and silver first came out ahead. Right now, Advantage Gold is offering a free gold investment kit and a free copy of economist Ken Rogoff's powerful new book, Our Dollar, Your Problem. Call Advantage Gold now at 800-900-8000. Thousands of Americans have already rolled over a portion of their 401k or IRA into physical gold and silver, completely tax and penalty free through Advantage Gold. Don't wait for the next surge to wish you had moved sooner. Results vary. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Your time is important, and my friends at Cars for Kids respect your time. Hey, it's Shelley Winter. Cars for Kids offers quick, hassle-free pickup of your old vehicle. Just fill out the easy online form in minutes, and they'll send someone to tow away your unused car. You've heard the jingle. You know these good folks. Cars for Kids is hands down the fastest and easiest way to get rid of your old car. Do a good deed without wasting time. Go to carsforkids.org today. That's cars with a K.
Calling all HVAC contractors. Ferguson is your one-stop shop for Rude equipment, parts, and supplies to keep every job moving. Now stocking Rude, Ferguson gives you reliable inventory, expert product knowledge, and fast turnaround when time matters most. Don't let shortages or delays slow down your business. We're fully stocked and ready when you are. Plus, our team is here to help you find the right solution for every install. Visit a Ferguson location near you. Ferguson HVAC, proud to partner with Rude in Georgia.
No hot water, leak, or clog slowing you down? At Moncrief Ace Hardware Home Services, we bring helpful to the home with same-day water heater service and reliable plumbing repairs. Bring comfort back to your home. Local folks, straight answers. Powered by Ace Hardware. MoncriefAir.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by QC Kinetics. Our top local story, heartbreak for a Douglas County high school after a tragic accident on prom night.
Counselors have been available at Chapel Hill High School for students mourning the loss of one of their own. In the early hours after the school's weekend prom, the vehicle in which 18-year-old Patience Price was riding left the road, hitting an embankment and overturning, throwing the high school senior from the car. The Georgia State Patrol says it seems she was not wearing a seatbelt. She died at the scene. A rear seat passenger was taken to Grady with injuries. Indications are the driver of the car, who had only minor visible injuries, may have been speeding but was not impaired. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
72 degrees in Atlanta. Any chance for some rain to wash away all that pollen? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. With less than 2 months until the Georgia primary, an out-of-state group paying millions for attack ads against Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones is facing formal charges. Here's a report all new at 4 o'clock.
According to the State Ethics Commission, the Delaware-based group Georgians for Integrity has spent $19 million on attack ads against Jones since December of last year. The group is facing 10 ethics violation charges for improperly registering and failing to disclose certain lobbying activities. Ethics officials say the group is shaping the political debate even though they don't advocate for a specific candidate. It will be at least a month before a trial begins. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
A 35-year-old man dies in a house fire in Paulding County. Fire Captain Steve Mapes says an off-duty Cobb County police officer reported a raging fire on Mount Tabor Church Road in Dallas.
Our unit arrived about 5 minutes after dispatch and confirmed with the homeowner that somebody was trapped in a back bedroom. They quickly made entry through a window and were able to locate the patient.
Mapes says the man was rushed to the hospital, but he was pronounced dead there. DeKalb County gets tough on the growing problem of tire dumping.
Illegal dumping of tires is an environmental hazard and also a very costly crime for taxpayers. DeKalb CEO Lorraine Cochran Johnson joined with police officials to announce several arrests with a warning more will follow.
Illegal dumping will not be tolerated in DeKalb County. We will find you and we will hold you accountable.
Charges can escalate to felony status depending on the total weight of tires dumped. Recent sweeps have resulted in the removal of 30,000 dumped tires. They've also arrested and charged 10 individuals and are actively seeking 4 others. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
The FBI says the man who drove into a Detroit area synagogue planned a Hezbollah-inspired terror attack.
On March 11th, the day before the attack, in the early morning, he began adding photos to a Facebook photo album that he entitled Vengeance.
Jennifer Runyon, FBI Detroit special agent in charge, says the suspect also made a video before the attack saying he wanted to kill as many of them as I possibly can. The man exchanged gunfire with a security guard at the synagogue before killing himself. After tough questions at the Georgia Supreme Court today, a prosecutor tells justices she regrets using artificial intelligence to craft a legal filing and says it will never happen again.
Clayton County Assistant DA Deborah Leslie says she takes full responsibility for using AI to supplement arguments against a new trial for a woman convicted of murder for chasing down and shooting an accused hit-and-run driver. Leslie's withdrawn a total of 9 citations, either fictitious, wrongly quoted, or irrelevant. The trial court hadn't caught them, and neither did defense attorney Andrew Fleischman, who told Georgia justices,
"I'm sorry I didn't catch it. I sometimes don't read all the cases cited in my opponent's brief, and this is an instance where I didn't do that."
Leslie's new brief says that the real cases cited and the evidence still don't support Hannah Payne's citizen's arrest claim. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
TSA says most of its workers are now getting paid for at least 2 missed paychecks. Correspondent Rachel Scott reports the hope is this will ease TSA lines at the airport, even as the government shutdown continues.
45 days into this partial government shutdown, and Congress has left town for 2 weeks. I've talked to Democrats and Republicans. Right now, there are no plans for for lawmakers to return back here to Washington to address this. This has now become the longest shutdown in American history. The president has taken action to pay those TSA workers, but that is only a temporary fix.
And wait times at Hartsfield-Jackson this afternoon are less than 10 minutes. It is 4:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple Team Traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Hey, Bill, checking that ride to the northern suburbs right now. 85 northbound, just full of volume. All the earlier trouble spots up around Jimmy Carter have cleared, but you're going to be pretty slow from 285, improving up toward Indian Trail. 400 northbound, that's getting a little slower in Sandy Springs between Abernathy and the North Springs MARTA station. Toughest part of 75 northbound right now, really just that volume between Barrett Parkway and Chastain Road, where they've been working on the right shoulder, and a crash, Highway 92 westbound, just west of West Wiley Bridge Road. That has been impacting the right lane. Checking the ride through downtown Atlanta with the help of Sky Smith.
Yep, the connector southbound, we've got some heavy volume from the Georgia 400 I-85 merge on down to I-20. Now your northbound ride through the city, you're going to start to slow down right before you get to University Avenue. You're going to be on and off the brakes all the way up to the 10th Street exit. Next report is in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Cloudy skies for this evening. Temperatures will level off into the upper 50s to low 60s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy with an isolated pop-up shower or thunderstorm, high 79. Partly cloudy skies on Wednesday and very warm with highs in the mid-80s.
74 in Norcross, 71 in Hiram, and 73 in Palmetto. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. Let me get back to a little more Trump audio. I found it fascinating. Stuff I saw over the weekend I found fascinating. By the way, Sharpie is saying that thing that he was talking about, remember when he was talking about the Sharpie pen?
Yeah.
Do we still have that?
Jag kan trycka på det.
Yeah, like they sent him these. They always send him that.
Yeah, the idea was that he needs, it can't just say Sharpie on it. He likes them, and then they have to put them in a thing, and they're like, yes, sir, but they got in touch with Sharpie, and they're like, we don't remember that conversation. However, he was holding up a Sharpie that was different, right, than what we would normally get?
Yeah, they were customized, like with his name, or maybe it says, you're the president,
Trumpy.
you're the guy.
So it might be that Trumpy. That's what he's tweeting.
Yeah.
He's taking a Trumpy. So it might be that Sharpie just doesn't want to be involved in a 50-50 country. You know what I mean? It might be that they're denying it, going, look, hey, everybody buys Sharpies, so we don't care how you vote, and we don't want to be pulled into one side of this. You know, that would make sense.
I don't want to have a right-wing pen.
I will not use, you know how people are.
I will start using pilot pens.
So it may be that there was a conversation. He does have the customized pens, so something happened. But whatever the conversation, but he does these things. He does. So I said to them, really what he did was he told his staff, right? He told his staff, and his staff worked it out. And by the time he tells the story, he's got the president of Sharpie on the line. And, you know, they're talking for hours about exactly what this pen must be.
Well, see this pen right here? This pen is an interesting example. It's the same thing. So this pen is very inexpensive, but it writes well. I like it. But I can't have the pen the way it was. You know what it is. I don't want to give too much publicity, but they do treat me well. Sharpie.
Sharpie.
I really don't want to say it, but Sharpie.
I just think from now on, when Trump was talking about stuff that has nothing to do with it, just end it with Sharpie.
Yeah. And so I was talking to, we got people that we're talking to. It's regime people. Sharpie.
Maybe that's what this lady needed to say at the end. We had an open micer that was trying to explain.
I think I get what she was saying, but first of all, she runs out of time. And so she was saying that the Sharpie.
That's what she said.
Sharpie. She was saying that the point that he was making is that you don't have to spend as much money as they want you to spend to get things done. And so I get that point. But it's just odd in the middle of a war that, the president starts going off talking about Sharpie pens. And he was talking somewhere else. I don't know what it was, to the Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund or something in Miami. And, go to number 6. He starts talking about all the things that it's a Q&A session. and the things that you're allowed to bring up.
Thank everybody very much, and I'm asked to take a few questions. And unlike other politicians, they would like the questions screened. I don't ask for screening of the questions. You can ask me anything you want. You can talk sex. You can do whatever the hell you want.
Why would you? Why would
I'm
you?
here for you.
Why would you? Why would you? So, Mr. President,
Yes?
how's the sex going? Is
Oh,
everything
never been
good?
better. Never been better. I mean, I have a lot of. How about you? Do you have any issues?
No, I don't have any issues, but you're a little bit older than I
I
am.
mean, you could come by the White House or Mar-a-Lago, and we'll take care of you right there. And if you don't see results, you know,
You get your money back,
get your
or-
well, maybe I don't know about
You
that.
can talk sex.
Sex.
It's an odd thing to hear from a president.
You know, whether
it's
you're
just an odd thing.
cisgender or non-cisgender, I know I have a lot of answers in that area.
Yeah, was he offering to give advice? Like, Mr. President, things aren't so, my wife and I, they used to be hot and bothered. Things have cooled down a little bit.
Well,
Any
one of
advice
the,
or?
Well, a good idea maybe is to bring up some flowers. Listen more.
Okay.
Go out on a date. You've been wanting to do something. Get a babysitter if you've got kids. If not, go out to a nice dinner or see a show. Maybe like I don't know the Beach Boys if they're nearby.
Perhaps Lee Greenwood.
Lee Greenwood. I mean, well, that's not very romantic. The Beach Boys would be romantic. I mean, Lee Greenwood. If you're very patriotic,
yeah.
and you go to Lee Greenwood, you might get horned up.
You can do the Beach Boys. You can do the Aruba, Jamaica.
Well, yeah, that's a very sexy, sensual song. Yeah, it's
Kokomo. That's what it is.
Kokomo. That's Marla and I got into that one.
I use a little tool in the bedroom. I don't want to say what it is. Sharpie.
So he's talking about the
goes buzz.
the military operation in Iran, and here you go.
Look, we have a thing called a war, or as they would rather say,
Stop for a second.
military
A thing called a
warrior.
A warrior. Not a warrior. A warrior.
A thing called a war, or
go ahead.
look,
play.
we have a thing called a war, or as they would rather say, a military operation.
Yeah, stop this, by the way. I should set this up. This is the thing that you don't talk about when you're president. The reason the Vietnam War was not a war is because it was called a military operation. This little game that's played. Because the Constitution of the United States says if something's a war, now Congress has to fund it. And they have to debate it and whether they're going to.
And declare it.
And declare it. And so we'll start with declaring it and then fund it. And so this is a game that goes on. It's a police action. Korea was a police action. Vietnam, I think, was described as a police action of some kind. So you don't have to bump into Congress. You got to give it to this guy. At least he's completely transparent. Although when you say it flat out, it's like, oh, well, that's kind of cheap. It's actually a war. You ought to do it the right way.
Well, it's not a war. It's
a thing called a war, or
it's a warrer.
It's a little different.
It's a thing called this thing called warrer.
Well, I just can't handle it. We bomb, they fight, shoot lots of missiles all through the night, and blow up AWACS sitting right there on the ground.
Look, we have a thing called a war, or as they would rather say, a military operation. This is for legal reasons. I say military because as a military operation, I don't need any approvals. As a war, you're supposed to get approval from Congress, something like that.
Something like that.
So I call it a military operation.
Something like that.
Something like that. He's just basically telling you, I'm going around the Constitution. Now, he's not the first one to do it. I'm not naive. But he's the first one to
I'm the first one to tell you that I'm doing it.
So the next time you're at a party, hey, it's not a war. Just know that the president just said, well, it really is. I'm just not calling it that.
It's sort of a war.
Have you seen the
but
pictures with everything on fire? If that's not a war, what is a
police
war?
action.
Okay.
It's an excursion.
It's an excursion.
Total excursion.
Isn't going to the Bahamas an excursion? It's like, hey, it's gone an excursion.
Carg Island going to be a great place to vacation.
Well, I guess so. And this maybe is my favorite moment. Number 7.
I always like to hang around with losers, actually, because it makes me feel better. I hate guys that are very, very successful, and you have to listen to their success stories. I like people that like to listen to my success.
Success. My success.
He's just saying it.
Losers.
Now, if you're in his cabinet right now, and the president says, what was that first part again? Just hit the first part again.
I always like to hang around with losers, actually, because
So if
They're
you're Pete
fine,
Hegseth, Pam Bondi.
Well, they're losers. Look at them. They didn't. What have they ever accomplished?
And
I don't hang out with Rubio. He's not a loser.
And he's also not interested in hearing what other very successful people in life have to say at all. I mean, these are all things that just like, oh, of course. I mean, he just likes to talk and he likes people to listen to him. These weird faux cabinet meetings in front of the cameras that last an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's just he talks and then others. Oh, I don't think I even grabbed this audio. He was, what was he talking about? He was talking. It was almost like on the loser thing, you know, where. Oh, during the cabinet hearing, one of them, I think it was Vance was the second one. Maybe Hegseth went first, but they were just kissing his ass. Whoever went first, greatest, most wonderful, most dynamic, greatest. If it wasn't for you, this country, blah, 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 blah. And Trump actually says as he turns to Vance, because now it's Vance's time, he goes, I don't know if you can top that one. You can try. And doesn't Vance, try? He just no, Mr. President, you are the greatest thing since. It's stunning.
I'm not buying it. Sell it better.
It is stunning at the end. And I mean, he wouldn't stop at the end. It was just, I don't know if it was Vance or Rubio, one of them.
I feel like Hegseth would have started off like that. He's been the one that's having to.
No, I like it better than anybody else. And if you want, you want to fight?
Well, no, Mr. Hegseth, no.
Hegseth doing everything he can to turn this into a religious war. Do we need that? Do we?
I also feel like they're trying
Can't we just be ourselves and pray amongst ourselves that we have to go to war in the name of religion? I'm not seeing it in the Constitution at all.
He's a lunatic. He's a lunatic.
You're saying he's a lunatic? No, it was Stephen Miller. It was Stephen Miller was the one who set it off, I'm pretty sure. And then it went to either Vance or Rubio. I don't know if you can top that one.
Good luck.
And they did it.
I feel like they're really softening the idea of us having boots on the ground. They're really saying, well, now it's necessary to do it.
I don't know how we do it without. This is called the escalation trap, and we have walked right into it. Because at this point, if you break it, you break it, you bought it, right? And you can't just walk away from what we decided to start. And it wasn't as easy as they all thought it was going to be. So now you're in a situation where you have to keep escalating, hoping that the next big thing does it and you can get out of there. Kind of the story of Vietnam. Let's hope it doesn't go like that did. Let's say hello to Alex Williams. Alex is checking the ride around 285.
Hey, good afternoon, Eric, and to the Doctrinaires as well. Yeah, watching some of that volume fill in this afternoon, starting on the north side inner loop, 285 eastbound. A little sluggish from Ashford Dunwoody Road over to Buford Highway in Dorville, but in the heavier delays pick up from I-85 in Tucker as you head down to the East Ponce de Leon area over in Clarkston. 285 north the inner loop on the west side also stacked up through the work zone from Highway 166 Langford Parkway up to I-20. How's that 285 southbound ride on the west side, Scott Smith?
I-285 southbound as you leave Cumberland Mall area, right over there by I-75. You're going to start tapping the brakes as you head south. You can expect a sluggish ride as you get past Atlanta Road, and then here comes that heavy volume at Bolton Road on down to I-20. This report is sponsored by VisitMyrtleBeach.com. Get ready for takeoff. Turn vacation mode on. You can fly nonstop from Atlanta to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Visit MyrtleBeach.com. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Get the WSB radio app.
This story is breaking right now.
Get notifications from your source for news.
If you have the WSB radio app, then you saw the breaking news.
Get the WSB radio app.
Don't miss a thing with the WSB app.
Download it from the App Store today.
Hey friends, it's Mark Aram, and this is for all my listeners who are struggling with hair loss. I'm sure you've tried the lotions, pills, creams, and potions. With so many options and doctors out there, who are you going to trust? What's really going to grow your hair back? The Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair is an incredible breakthrough. Receding hairline, thinning hair, bald spots. Advanced Hair offers a simple, quick, one-day treatment that begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And get this, Advanced Hair even guarantees your new hair will grow. Works for men and women across all ages, and there is no one in hair restoration I recommend more. For your free consultation, call 470-660-HAIR. If you move forward, you'll also receive $500 off. 470-660-HAIR. Refine your hairline with the team that has redefined hair restoration. And don't forget to ask about that guarantee. Check out incredible before and after pictures at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
Attention, Antifa, human traffickers, cartels, and woke DAs. With Chris Carr as governor, you won't stand a chance.
I'm Chris Carr. In Georgia, we will prosecute you. It's easy for politicians to talk tough, but I'm the only Republican who put gangs, human traffickers, and Antifa behind bars. I even fought Obama, Biden, and Abrams in court and won. If you're attacking our police or our freedoms, I'll be your worst nightmare.
Chris Carr doesn't just talk tough. Carr had the courage, brought the cases, and locked up the criminals. He has more than 120 gang convictions. Over 200 human trafficking victims have been rescued and seized enough fentanyl to kill 3.5 million Georgians. Carr's taking on the woke left, making crime illegal again. As governor, Chris Carr will keep up the fight and never back down. Chris Carr, governor. Real fights, real wins, real conservative. Paid for by Carver, Georgia.
You always remember a home service company that's friendly and thorough. That's 100% the experience I had when CertaPro painters came to my home to look at our white ceilings that just needed a facelift. Ashley Frasca here to tell you that their process is hassle-free and they get the job done right with pride in their work. Things are looking up at the Frasca House thanks to CertaPro painters. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. You'll save time and make the most money. Hi, this is Mark Spain. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Hey, it's Shelley Winter. I have to tell you about my experience with Southern Exteriors. When their rep came to my house, he showed up on time, explained everything in plain English, and walked me through my options for my windows and doors. No pressure, just honest answers. They even offered to clean my gutters complimentary. For a stress-free in-home consultation, call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co to set up your own free estimate, just like I did. These are true professionals you can trust.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Access to affordable credit helps me pay my employees, but I don't really need it.
Inflation is killing me. But who cares? Big retailers are making record profits. That's why we support the Durbin Marshall credit card bill.
See? Banks and credit unions help small businesses make payroll. This bill would cut the vital resources they need.
While increasing megastore profits. They deserve it, don't they?
Tell Congress, stop the Durbin Marshall money grab for corporate megastores.
Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Insurance companies are like shifty magicians. They'll dismiss, downplay, and deny to make your claim disappear. Smile and Mark McKay for John Foy & Associates. The strong arm figured out their shifty tricks by studying their every move, so you have every advantage. John Foy's clients sometimes get up to 100 times the insurance company's first offer with zero cost until they win. Now that's some real magic. Get your free case evaluation at johnfoy.com.
George, you were able to get that audio?
Yes.
And now, so who? Stephen Miller, what did start it? Then did it go to Vance or Rubio?
Cash Patel.
Oh, that's right. Cash Patel. Hey, listen, I'm watching a lot of stuff over the weekend. Why are you saying,
yeah, he's the boring one.
Yeah, I mean, tell you, he comes to life when it's time. When it's time to become a bootlicker, and he's in a bootlicking contest with Stephen Miller for the love of Trump. He comes to life. So yeah, this is so these. You know what? Let's hold this because we only have 1 or 2 minutes here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hold this till we get back from that. I don't want to open up something we can't follow through on. We'll get to that when we get back. Activists from PETA, by the way, are urging White House. That was a long side. Did I hear it? Was that you, Tim Andrews? That was
I
quite
didn't
a side.
intend to do it. I apologize.
Okay, let's go.
Activists urge White House to replace decorated eggs with potatoes for Easter event. This is our friends from the people for the ethical treatment of animals, otherwise known as PETA, and they say fun doesn't have to come at a hen's expense.
What?
And who can argue with that?
Right?
Hen's expense.
At a hen's expense.
She lays the eggs anyway.
I don't know. Don't we supercharge it, or are they just laying eggs all the time anyway?
No, they just lay eggs a lot. Like people who have chickens.
Oh, I know.
It's either feast or famine, right? It's like they can't get them to lay eggs at all, or they have so many eggs they don't know what to do.
Our neighbors had some chickens for a while, and they had so many eggs. I don't know how many people in the neighborhood, but we weren't the only ones. I mean, we were all supplied with eggs. Like it was just eggs.
Egg rich.
We were egg rich. And then the coyotes came along and put an end to the whole damn thing.
They ate all the eggs?
They ate all the eggs.
PETA does this so you talk about him. They know everyone's going to think it's ridiculous.
Of course. Yeah. Of course.
We weren't the only ones targeted, though. The UK was also targeted. They were asked to do...
Well, they'll give in. Oh, better not do that.
I don't know. First of all, as a child, let me say this. A boiled egg, okay, if I'm a kid. It's not something I put up there with candy. It's like I would have like one. What are you going to sit there and eat 4 or 5 boiled eggs because it's Easter morning? Like it was never that.
You don't eat them. You just have them.
You have them, but I would eat a couple. One. I would eat one.
You would?
But it's not like having a candy or something like that where you just eat them all. But so I never really cared for them. But I think that potatoes would be a real bad idea.
It'd be a horrible idea. And they have to be raw or they're going to get mushy and destroyed.
And they're going to be the different sizes and shapes. And
I'm a potato.
Those little yellow ones.
Okay, you could do the little golden potato.
You get the little russets, the little red ones. Are those the red ones, the russets?
Russets are big ones.
Really?
The red ones are called new potatoes.
Really?
Yes.
You know what? I learned something new every day. I thought you know what? My lack of potato knowledge is becoming so obvious to me now. I thought the russets, it just sounds like a little potato. Although Tim Russer was a pretty heavy. Oh, it's not russert.
Oh, that's right.
How much more potato ignorance can I display?
When we come back.
We'll find out.
Yes.
We will find out. You want to give this away right now? Is that what you want to do?
We've been doing it late for the past couple of days.
Let's do it early. Different audience. Get 2 tickets to see Jimmy Buffett's Coral Reefer Band on Saturday, July 18th at Synovus Bank Amphitheater at Chastain Park. Be caller number 10 to 404-872-0750. Tickets are on sale right now at Ticketmaster.com. Alex Williams says there's a stalled truck on 285 in southwest Atlanta.
And we like it when this happens. Eric, he was able to get up and moving as we speak under his own power. Was in 2 center lanes, 285 northbound Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, exit 9. He just pulled away. Still seeing brake lights behind it, though, from Highway 166 Langford Parkway. What are things looking like on 85 toward Gwinnett County, Sky Smith?
I-85 northbound. We've got a little bit of congestion right near I-285, and then your ride eases up with just some light volume for the rest of your ride into Swanee. Traffic is brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the Trustdale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Veterans and active duty service members. When your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. An elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. If you're planning to sell your home, you have a choice. You can do it the traditional way, wait for offers, juggle showings, hope the timing works out, and cross your fingers that you don't end up settling for less. Or you can choose Orchard. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Orchard gives you cash up front from your current home so you can buy your next one first. That means no rushing to sell, no temporary moves, and no trying to perfectly time 2 major transactions. You move into your new home on your schedule. Then Orchard prepares and markets your old home the right way, handling repairs, upgrades, staging, and professional marketing to help it sell for top dollar. And when it does sell, you get that money too. It's a smarter process that gives you flexibility, confidence, and the chance to get the most from your home sale. Thousands of homeowners are already choosing Orchard to make their moves simpler and more successful. Find out what your home is worth today with a free valuation at Orchard.com.
No hot water, running out halfway through your shower, or dealing with a leak that just won't stop? When plumbing problems hit, you need help fast. At Moncrief Ace Hardware Home Services, we bring helpful to the home with same-day water heater service and expert plumbing repairs. Our local plumbers arrive ready to diagnose the issue and fix it right the first time. Get comfort back and problems handled by Moncrief Ace Hardware Home Services. Local folks you can trust. Straight answers you can rely on. Powered by Ace Hardware. Get service today at MoncriefAir.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk. At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top story, new details on the March 12th synagogue attack in Michigan. The FBI says the suspect was inspired by an Iran-backed terrorist group.
Based on the evidence gathered to date, we assess this attack to be a Hezbollah-inspired act of terrorism, purposely targeting the Jewish community and the largest Jewish temple in Michigan.
The FBI's Jennifer Runyon says the investigation shows the 41-year-old man subscribed to Hezbollah's ideology and researched local Jewish populations before the attack. The Department of Justice says the man acted on the directions from Hezbollah and he was no lone wolf. The suspect died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound during a shooting with the temple's security guard. No one else was hurt. The White House is sticking to its timeline of 4 to 6 weeks for the war in Iran to be complete. But correspondent Rachel Scott reports there are no details on which Iranian leaders the U.S. is negotiating with to end the conflict.
We hear the president consistently say that negotiations with Iran are underway. Even on Air Force One, he made it clear that Iran has accepted most of this 15-point proposal that the United States and the Trump administration sent to Iran by the way of Pakistan. But then again, we are once again hearing from Iran, and they are saying no negotiations are underway. They are acknowledging that messages are being traded through intermediaries, but they say that there are no deep discussions underway.
72 degrees in Atlanta. How much of a warm-up this week, and what about rain chances? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. Tragedy in Paulding County where a man is dead following a weekend house fire.
Body cam footage shows the urgent moments after firefighters arrived to the home on Mount Tabor Church Road and scrambled to locate the victim.
Show me where they're at.
Using a ladder near the home, crews break the window to an upstairs bedroom to get the 35-year-old out. Paulding County Fire Rescue Captain Steve Mapes says they went to work within minutes of getting to the scene.
They were ready, dressed, prepared to go in.
The victim was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
A prom night tragedy in Douglas County. An 18-year-old senior at Chapel Hill High School is killed after a high-speed crash along Chapel Hill Road at Rosemont Drive. The State Patrol says Patience Price was a passenger in a car that went airborne after hitting an embankment. She apparently was not wearing a seatbelt and was thrown from the car. A passenger in the back seat was also seriously injured and taken to the hospital. The driver has minor injuries. Counselors are available at the school today. The crash remains under investigation. A new type of hero will soon be available for travelers on Georgia 400.
Incident response units, or IRUs, will join hero units on a section of Georgia 400 from Fulton to Forsyth County.
To essentially provide motorist assistance, help clear incidences, and just keep up maintenance in this 16-mile State Route 400 corridor.
The DOT's Kyle Collins says Hero units aren't going away. They're just getting an assist from the new response units, which will carry DOT and 511 branding on the trucks. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
Phone calls to poison centers spiked to a record high in connection with an herbal substance.
The FDA warns consumers not to use Kratom because of the risk of serious adverse events. Here in Georgia, the Kratom Consumer Protection Act went into effect last year. But Patrick Filkins with Georgia Poison Control says it does little to slow the problem.
No, it's not really being policed or regulated well. I mean, these products are being sold out of gas stations and these quote-unquote head shops.
CDC reports a more than 12,000% increase in Kratom-related calls to poison centers over the last decade, including a large increase last year. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Anyone with an outstanding case for failure to appear in Woodstock Municipal Court can receive amnesty during the month of April. Court records show there are many individuals who have accrued failure to appear fees and state surcharges that could lead to a suspension of driving privileges. Court administrator and clerk of court Misty Smith says residents can use this amnesty period to resolve any outstanding matters and move forward with peace of mind. It is now 4:34. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Checking the ride in those southern suburbs, Bill. 75 southbound. You're seeing that merging madness near the Airport International Terminal, but starting right around C.W. Grant Parkway, taking you down to Forest Parkway. Then a few more scattered brake lights about between 675 and McDonough. Northbound pretty slow, though, from Highway 155, exit 216, maybe even just before there. You'll find much improvement, though, once you get to Jodico Road, exit number 222. Definitely seeing the brake light battle through downtown Atlanta, Sky Smith.
Oh, absolutely. As you travel north on the connector northbound, you're going to start to see some of that volume building as you get past 166. It's going to have you jammed up all the way to Georgia Tech. Now, your southbound ride through the city, it's going to be a sea of red lights from the Howell Mill Road exit on I-75 and Georgia 400 I-85 merge. Now, once you get past I-20, everything's going to open up for you. The next report is in less than 10 minutes from the Trustdale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Cloudy and relatively cool for this evening. Lows in the upper 50s to low 60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with an isolated pop-up storm possible. High 79. Landing in the mid-80s on Wednesday.
Right now it's 72 in Brookhaven, 73 in Powder Springs, and 74 in Peachtree City. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Good boy, Rufus. You fetched a doggone great deal. It's Dave Baker with Rufus, the chief barking officer at Finley Roofing, the roof guys. They're rolling over high interest rates with 0% financing available and flexible payment options, making roof replacement easy and affordable. 0% financing that won't chew up your wallet? Now that's something to bark about. Schedule your free roof analysis at FindleyRoofing.com.
Hey guys, are you striking out in the bedroom? Because pills like Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra just don't work anymore. Here's how Choice Men's Health is solving PE and ED issues. Meet Dr. Katz, the expert in men's health.
Hi, I'm Dr. Katz, Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Choice Men's Health offers safe, custom-blended medications designed to fit your needs. There is no pain or surgery. It doesn't matter how old you are or if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, or prostate issues. Not a problem. It's safe and affordable for everyone. You'll see results in 15 minutes guaranteed, or you don't pay anything. Solve the problem of ED and PE now.
For a limited time, your initial consultation and first treatment are free. Call 404-383-4419. That's 404-383-4419 to claim your initial consultation and first treatment for free. Call Choice Men's Health now. 404-383-4419.
Congratulations to Tom Jagger.
Jaeger.
Look at this.
That's how you spell it.
First of all, your T looks like the J. It looks like Jom Jagger, by the way.
Jingleheimer Schmidt.
It certainly is.
Jom
Jaguar.
Jingle. Looks like Jaguar.
So who are we congratulating again, Jared?
Tom Jaguar.
Of Atlanta won 2 tickets to see Jimmy Buffett's Coral Reefer Band on Saturday, July 18th at Synovus Bank Amphitheater at Chastain Park. Tickets are on sale right now at Ticketmaster.com. All right, we'll see how this goes. George went and found this audio. I saw this. So this was the big cabinet meeting, and that was on Friday, I think. It was either Thursday or Friday. And so Stephen Miller Stephen Miller just starts going off on just how wonderful, because these so-called cabinet meetings in front of the press are really Trump holds court, and he maybe he'll be talking about the war, maybe he'll be talking about Sharpie pens. If he's on Air Force One, we got to get into this. He starts pulling out large photos or mock-ups of what the ballroom's going to look like in one of the strangest presidential moments I've ever seen. It was almost like a Saturday Night Live sketch, because he had 3 of the mock-ups, and as he pulled them up, they each got larger and larger. I mean, you're on a plane. There's only so much space. I know it's a big one. And it looks, it's got columns. Have you seen this?
No, I did.
It has to be stopped. It will dwarf the rest of the White House. It's like, we're going to build the Parthenon and attach it to the White House. That's what it looks like.
I think a lot of it's because of the military stuff they're putting underneath
Well,
it,
that's
right?
what he's talking about, but that's got nothing to do with the way it's going to look.
Yeah, it looks on the outside.
It's going to dwarf the White House. I mean, it's there for one reason. So 100 years from now, if it's still there, you go, Trump was president. That's it. It's ridiculous looking. I mean, in and of itself as a building, if it was somewhere else, I guess. But as an attachment, you don't attach something that's got a larger footprint than the thing you're attaching it to.
We still have a closet for the first ladies.
Okay, as long as they have somewhere they could. So, but anyway, next to that weirdness is, so these cabinet meetings, so he talks and then the rest of the cabinet has to praise him in front of everybody.
Yeah, it's not that cabinet meeting that you're thinking of. This was at an event in Memphis.
Oh, this is when he went to Memphis to
Make America Safe Again event.
And this is the one where it starts with Miller and then goes to Kash Patel. Okay, this was a road version of the the cabinet meetings. This is exactly the same thing. He waxes eloquently about how great he is, and then the other members of the cabinet.
They might want to rethink that name. Make America Safe.
Well, also by the way, Kash Patel is there, and the head of the FBI. We've got some pretty serious things going on in the country right now, and we're at war, and he's got time to be in Memphis talking about how wonderful the president is. Anyway,
he wanted to go to Graceland.
Who doesn't? Stephen Miller starts things rolling.
The work that President Trump is doing, not only in Memphis, not only in Washington, D.C., but all over the country, ultimately, it will say.
This guy.
All over the country, President Trump.
If he was in 10th grade, the teacher would be like, okay, slow down. Make your points. You don't have to,
I have a lot of things that I want to say very quickly about this great president of ours.
Go ahead.
And is saving tens of thousands of American lives.
Come on.
It is, I'll use that word again.
Lives.
What President Trump has done on border security and public safety is a national miracle that will be studied not only for generations, but for centuries to come. Thank you.
Stop. Not only for generations, for centuries to come. Now, you got to give the Trump administration the border. There's almost no one crossing the border. You have to give that to them. But they're in Memphis, and they're talking about, sending the National Guard in. But either way, that is really licking some boot. Not only for generations, for centuries to come, they will be studying this. All right, so keep going.
President Trump.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
So, Kash, see if you can top that. I don't know. That's a tough one, Kash.
That is tough. Mr. President, as I look.
Then Kash Patel says, "Oh yeah, well, check this out." I think it takes him a little while to get to the part where he's like really hammering it.
He has to warm up.
Yeah.
Around this venue, I see, and I'm reminded again why we have the greatest warriors on God's green earth, the men and women serving in uniform, the men and women serving and wearing the badge, and law enforcement, our police, our sheriffs around the state of Tennessee. I'm reminded that Americans exist to protect this country day in and day out, and they've done it like we've done it here. But what we didn't have was you. We didn't have a commander-in-chief who backed the blue, who resourced the blue, who funded the military, who did whatever it takes to safeguard every single life. And here in Memphis, Tennessee, you have put on a show for the world. You have allowed us to go out there and capture gangbangers, rapists, murderers, drug dealers. at record historic levels.
Okay, good.
And for me, a first-generation Indian-American kid whose parents fled a genocide in East Africa to become the 9th director of the FBI, I'm living the wildest dream you could possibly imagine, sir. But it's thanks to you. But more importantly, what I see when I look out across our great partners here in the interagency and our great legislatures and our great prosecutors and our great attorney general who has the guts to go out there and make arrests, turn them into prosecutions, and put people in prison, you are giving that dream to every single child in the state of Tennessee. You are inspiring the nation and law enforcement to come up and wear the badge and wear the colors of this country and safeguard our men and women for generations to come. This is an enduring mission, Mr. President, because you have made it enduring. It is going to go on for generations to come. They're going to try to achieve what you accomplished here, what Stephen said, in just one short year, and they're going to be doing it for decades because America was smart enough to elect you as our commander-in-chief. So while we're out there fighting for the dreams of our children, just know, Mr. President, how many millions of dreams like mine are going to be lived thanks to your brilliant leadership. Mr. President, thanks for delivering America the safest country on God's green earth.
Thank you very much.
The safest country.
Thank you very much. By the way,
safest.
You could get one more safest in there.
Safest.
Well,
although he only landed on decades, where Miller had gone generations and
when I was
centuries.
I was taking notes. I mean, Cash, word economy, he said a lot, but he didn't say anything.
You're right,
He should have been like,
yeah,
dear leader. It does sound real North Korean. He should have been like, I wish that I didn't have this position. Like, you should take over my position. I wish you were more than one person so that you
we
could
should
run
clone
all of
you.
the...
Yes.
Well, now that you mention it, we've been working on that with a lot of these tech billionaires.
Hey,
I have a
you
shell. I'm
can't
going to
run-
put my brain inside of... Well, go ahead.
I was going to say, maybe you can't run again, but the Constitution doesn't say nothing about clones.
Exactly.
That's right. John Barron can run.
There you go.
Or Trump 2.0 could run as a clone.
Yeah, I
the
think
cloned version of Trump could
Well,
work.
we'd want to change the name, I think.
Well, that's fine. You can come up with a
I
better
don't
name.
know.
A nice svelte body, with a nice full head of hair. That my brain inside of it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I
Clone
think.
Trump. Clump.
Clump.
Get your clump coin, by the way, now, because they're going to be worth a
Oh,
lot
yeah,
of
you're
money.
going to want that now. That's how we're going to finance all of this.
Exactly, through the clump coin.
Right.
Listen, going back to seeing the, and if you haven't seen it, just look it up on YouTube where he's pulling out these mock-ups of the new ballroom. This thing has to be stopped. I don't know how. There has to, like the environmentalists, they used to stop. They didn't like nuclear reactors, right? So they figured out a way that they would just, we need another environmental study, right? We need another
The pipelines have been stopped recently because of that. Yeah.
And then you're just like, after a while, the people who are going to put in the money are like, it takes like 15, 20 years to even get through all the red tape. It's
There
not
are
worth
a
the
bunch of lawsuits right now, but I don't think they've been completely filed. So they're just going to keep working until they hit.
Right. But I mean, I don't care. Knock it down after it's built. I don't care. Nobody asked for this. Nobody. And he does this thing every time he does. For years, they've been wanting a ballroom. I don't know one American who ever complained to me that the White House doesn't have an appropriate ballroom.
The Americans haven't, but the elitists have.
Right. And again,
the pretty people.
Just so I can remind people, we're not supposed to have a palace because we fought against a king and we fought against royalty, and we won that. And that's why we don't have a palace. The president, the White House, is supposed to be a working office, basically, and an historic monument. It's not supposed to be a palace. It's not supposed to be full of gold. That wasn't the idea. Alex Williams says there's a crash on 85 in DeKalb.
Yeah, traffic trooper Jorge called in to us, says look out for trouble in the HOT Express lane, 85 northbound, just north of Shallowford Road. The heavier delays grab you past that as you approach Chamblee Tucker for that ride up into Norcross. 400 northbound, a little crowded in Sandy Springs. And then over in Cobb County, working a crash at the intersection of the east-west connector and Powder Springs Road. East-west connector westbound is stacked up, as well as Powder Springs Road southbound, trying to get through that intersection. Taking a look at I-20 over on the west side of town, it's Sky Smith.
Yes, over on I-20 westbound, it's looking pretty good heading into Douglasville. We've just got some light volume between I-285 and Lee Road. Now, if you're heading into the city from I-20 eastbound out of Estelle, it's a little jammed up as you get past Six Flags and then sluggish for the rest of your ride into the city. The next report is in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Mark Arum. Like in a movie, I could see that being a thing, like where the world leaders get on a call and be like, all right, let's
like
just...
the final episode of Diplomat.
Getting you through your morning.
Exactly. Like, let's just divide up the world. Mark Arum. Trump, you get the Western Hemisphere. China, you get Asia. And Europe goes to Putin. Mark Arum.
Tomorrow at 9 a.m.
95.5 WSB. Atlanta's News and Talk.
Scott Slade here to talk to you about your health, and I think it's real important to talk about what is most likely to kill you. Heart disease is the #1 killer of Americans, and the older we get, the more prevalent it is. But you can reduce your risk. Eat right, don't smoke, exercise, and be informed about what's going on in your own body. Like lots of potentially serious health problems, if you catch heart disease early, you vastly increase your chances of living a longer life. And that's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual imaging scans take less than 10 minutes and screen with 98% accuracy for heart disease. Other scans, including brain and full body, are available too. Virtual imaging is locally owned and operated in Atlanta for over 15 years, so they can make you this terrific offer. A complimentary heart scan for you and your spouse with a few minimum requirements. So don't put this off. I've done it. Call Virtual Imaging today for your free heart scan. 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-7226. Or visit their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
I'm Rick Jackson. My dad abandoned us. My mom was an alcoholic, so I left the projects. Shoe shining, ticket scalping, vacuum sales. I found purpose in work and built a $3 billion business. Like President Trump, I don't owe anybody anything, and like you, I'm sick of career politicians. I'm running for governor to lead America in criminal deportations, to cut income taxes in half, freeze our insane property taxes, reform the system so that anyone who can work will work, and not just sit around binge-watching Netflix and eating Cheetos. I'll let law enforcement do their job. And if you're caught helping a child change their sex, you're going to jail. I'm Rick Jackson, and I'll get these done. Paid for by Jackson for Governor, Inc.
Dave Baker here with big news. Coolray is celebrating 60 years of bringing home comfort to Atlanta, and they're making March unforgettable. Here's the deal. Coolray will upgrade your home comfort with a new Carrier cooling system for as low as $60 a month. Look, if your AC struggled last summer or you're worried about rising repair costs, now is the time to replace it before the Georgia heat arrives. And for 60 years, Atlanta homeowners have trusted Coolray to keep their homes comfortable. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
If your investments are in a 401k or an IRA, then listen carefully. You spent 30, maybe 40 years building your retirement. The question is, are you about to watch it take a hit you can't recover from? Military escalation in Iran, tariffs and legal chaos, the U.S. dollar under pressure it hasn't seen in years. History is clear. When this much uncertainty hits at once, the investors who moved into gold and silver first came out ahead. Right now, Advantage Gold is offering a free gold investment kit and a free copy of economist Ken Rogoff's powerful new book, Our Dollar, Your Problem. Call Advantage Gold now at 800-900-8000. Thousands of Americans have already rolled over a portion of their 401k or IRA into physical gold and silver, completely tax and penalty-free through Advantage Gold. Don't wait for the next surge to wish you had moved sooner. Results vary. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Let's talk about that termite bond renewal notice. They're going to increase your rate again.
Not when you switch your termite protection to Breda, because we'd lock your termite rate in for 10 years.
Mark Arum here with Matt Breda from Breda Pest Management.
They're charging more and doing less. They don't even inspect inside anymore.
Breda inspects inside, and your termite rate is locked in for 10 years.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
As we said, big sports weekend. I don't want to gloss over the moment where a lot of people watching thought that some lady was dead in the UFC match over the weekend. I don't know if you saw any of this.
A fighter?
I did. She was like in a coma.
Yeah, I mean, the
on
fight
mat.
lasted, I think, less than a minute or something. And again, I always come out as somehow I'm supposed to understand that I'm the misogynist because I find this stuff unsightly.
That was
women beating the hell out of each other. I'm the misogynist, apparently. You know, it's kind of dumb that men beat the hell out of each other, but I guess I'm just used to it.
I don't think you're a misogynist, and I know that's the obvious, but I don't know who enjoys watching this.
All of UFC. Dana White called it one of the greatest sporting moments of all time. So apparently, this
Macy Barber was.
Well,
right.
she was the one, who was knocked out, and people thought for a little while maybe she's dead. Alexis Grasso was the other fighter. Alexa Grasso was the other fighter, and apparently she's a really good fighter, but she lost her last 2 matches. And then it is pretty remarkable just not even watching it. I think she ended this thing in like a minute. She just and she had her like knocked out, and she was like choking her out and everything. But the lady that she beat, Macy Barber, was like laying there and just unconscious for a good long time. I mean, ultimately she got up, but there was this moment where
She was unconscious, but with her eyes open. And
people thought she was dead.
Yeah.
It
was weird.
She had that look of dead on her. Yeah. But this is the thing. I have lots of friends who just love this stuff. I'm like,
I can't get into it.
I can't either because I don't like the and maybe it's because I grew up, not necessarily even growing up with boxing, but growing up with boxing to a certain degree, being the top line of like fighting, And there's there's rules involved. There's a window that you can any kind of hits outside of that window are illegal. And so you can think of it, obviously it's brutal, but you can think of it as, okay, there's this win. UFC, they just put, to me, it's like they have kangaroos fight bears, Like, okay, this person's a grappler and this person's a kickboxer.
No, I'd watch that.
Well,
a kangaroo and a bear.
A kangaroo, of course, it's the
small
same
bear.
kind of spectacle, To me, it's
Kangaroos got that
spectacle.
power.
But look, I got that. I wouldn't outlaw it. I wouldn't pass a law against it. I'm just telling you how I respond to it. I know that people feel like in America, well, if a host is responding to it, he must want legislation. No, I think people should be able to be free. But I'm free to go, ooh, I don't like that.
As if there wasn't enough.
Not for me.
You know what I mean, though, Eric? As if there wasn't enough things. I mean, the NBA is wrapping up their season. You had the Elite 8
Well,
/
the UFC
16.
should just call off
I'm
their...
not saying that, but I'm just like, it's not like you can't find something else to watch. Like, for me, I'm like,
people love this stuff.
More people are watching UFC than NBA.
I mean, I know. No, you would be. Oh, people love UFC. Is popular. I mean, it is wildly popular. It's not for me, but hey, different strokes for different folks. I don't like the idea that you're allowed to keep hitting somebody in the face, and then the back of their head can hit the mat, and then you can hit them again in their back. That's a blow to the front, and then the back of your head. I've seen that done, and I don't understand why the ref doesn't step in there. That could be brain damage for life. Alex Williams sees lots of brake lights on 285 in DeKalb.
Yeah, you nailed it, Eric. Just brake light after brake light here. 285 southbound, the inner loop on the east side in DeKalb. Leaving I-85, the heavy stuff sticks with you down to Memorial Drive. If you're traveling 285 east and northbound, the outer loop in DeKalb, those delays find you from I-675, just on and off. Luckily, no crashes in the way, just a little congested getting up to I-20, the East Freeway. Speaking of, what's I-20 looking like in DeKalb County, Sky Smith?
I-20 eastbound, as you head out to Stonecrest, your ride is stop and go between I-285 and Panola Road. Now for your I-20 westbound ride, you're going to be rolling slow between Panola Road and I-285. This traffic report is brought to you by Mark Spain Real Estate. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the Trustdale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Skip the spring cleaning and sell your home hassle-free with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our guaranteed offer is the easiest way to sell your home. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can bypass the market, receive the strongest cash offer in the industry, and close in as little as 21 days. Trust the top real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home fast and for maximum value. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Suffering from spring allergies? All Care can help you manage your allergy triggers and develop a treatment plan customized for you. Visit one of our 15 locations, including after hours and weekends, or access our virtual care services today. Learn more at allcare-ga.com/allergy.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Spring cleaning, spring green up, and how about a spruce up to your home's paint? Ashley Frasca for Certa Pro Painters. I've trusted their team painting inside my home, and they also bring fresh color to your home's exterior. Their free estimates are detailed, easy to understand, and you get a quote right away. Be proud of your home. Trust the team I trust for the best painting in Atlanta. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
Each Certa Pro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Save big on your Easter ham. Kroger bone-in hickory smoked honey glazed spiral ham is on sale now, just $1.95 a pound with your card. Limit 2. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
A roof replacement that won't chew up your wallet? Now there's something to bark about. Findlay Roofing, the roof guys, are rolling over high interest rates with 0% financing and flexible payment options available. FindlayRoofing.com.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Kayaccio. News is sponsored by Southern Exteriors. Our top local story: students at a Douglas County high school are stunned after prom night ends with a tragic crash.
The Mercedes that 18-year-old Patience Price was riding in hours after prom was over left the roadway on Chapel Hill Road at Rosemont at a high rate of speed, hit an embankment, went airborne, and overturned multiple times. The Georgia State Patrol report indicates the Chapel Hill High School senior was not wearing a seatbelt, was ejected from the vehicle, and killed. A rear seat passenger was transported to Grady Hospital with serious injuries. The driver suffered only minor visible injuries and showed no signs of impairment. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
73 degrees in Atlanta. What are the rain chances this week? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A man is behind bars for claiming to be an FBI agent and conducting a traffic stop in Metro Atlanta. Here's a report all new at 5 o'clock.
Cobb County police arrest a man for impersonating an FBI agent. 39-year-old Timothy Earl Hayes is accused of conducting a traffic stop in Marietta. Police say he was driving a 2022 black Chevy Suburban that was equipped with blue and white flashing lights, and he was wearing a black suit when he pulled over the victim at the intersection of Lower Roswell Road and Timberlock Drive. That's when he identified himself as an FBI agent. However, Hayes is not employed with the agency. He's currently being held at the Cobb County Adult Detention Center. Michelle Wright, 95.5 WSB.
A 35-year-old man is killed in a house fire in Paulding County.
It's heartbreaking for family, for the firefighters that were on the scene, and really anybody that's involved. This is a tragic loss, and we feel for the family.
Fire Captain Steve Mapes says the man was trapped inside a bedroom at a home on Mount Tabor Church Road in Dallas. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. Less than 2 months until the Georgia primary. New details in the investigation into a Delaware-based group funding political attack ads against Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones.
The State Ethics Commission is moving ahead with charges against Georgians for Integrity, a group it believes is shaping the political debate ahead of the Republican primary, but doing so improperly. The commission argues the group should register as a political action committee and file certain financial disclosures. Since last December, the group has spent $19 million on attack ads. A trial won't begin for at least a month. Jonathan O'Brien, Ryan, 95.5 WSB.
The FBI says the man who drove into a Detroit area synagogue earlier this month planned an attack inspired by an Iran-backed terrorist group.
In this case, the evidence shows the attacker was motivated and inspired by Hezbollah's militant ideology.
The FBI's Jennifer Runyon says a video the suspect made before the attack said he wanted to kill as many of them as I possibly can. He exchanged gunfire with a security guard at Temple, Israel, before fatally shooting himself. The White House gives an update today on their timeline for the war in Iran.
The President, Commander-in-Chief, the Pentagon has always stated 4 to 6 weeks estimated timeline for Operation Epic Fury. We're on day 30 today. So again, you do the math.
Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says talks with Iran aimed at ending the war are progressing, although she is not saying who in the Iranian regime the U.S. is talking to. After some tough questioning at the state Supreme Court, a Clayton County prosecutor admits using artificial intelligence in a court filing.
Withdrawing 9 citations which were erroneous or fictitious, Clayton County Assistant DA Deborah Leslie expresses full regret for using unverified AI in arguing against a new trial for a woman convicted of murdering an accused hit-and-run driver. The trial court didn't spot it, and even Hannah Payne's defense attorney Andrew Fleischman admits to Georgia justices,
I sometimes don't read all the cases cited in my opponent's brief, and this is an instance where I didn't do that. I regret that I did not bring this to the court's attention. I am sorry about it.
Lawyers in other states have already been disciplined for using bad AI in court cases. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
It is now 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic starts now with Alex Williams.
Had some trouble, I believe, Bill, in West Atlanta, 20 westbound near Langhorne Street, exit 54. All gone now. Just a few brake lights left over leaving downtown. Not going to be a bad ride until you get over to 285. A little bit of merging madness there through the work zone. Then a few more brake lights find you in Cobb County out through Lithia Springs from Riverside Parkway out to Lee Road. Exit number 41, and still on I-20 eastbound into DeKalb, just sluggish through that work zone, Wesley Chapel to Panola Road. Keeping a sharp eye on the ride through downtown, it's Sky Smith.
Oh, yeah, get ready to hit those brakes on your connector southbound ride from the Georgia 400 I-85 merge and as you get past Howell Mill Road on I-75 South. Now, once you get past I-20, your ride is wide open. For your connector northbound ride through the city, that's jammed up between University Avenue and Georgia Tech. Next report is in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official plumber of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Cloudy skies this evening, just a slim chance of an isolated rain shower moving through, staying mild through tomorrow morning with lows in the upper 50s to low 60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, an isolated pop-up storm possible, high 79. Very warm on Wednesday, partly cloudy with a high around 85, staying in the upper 80s on Thursday afternoon, partly cloudy with pop-up storms on Friday with a high around 82.
Right now it's 72 in Locust Grove, 72 in Covington, and 73 in Marietta. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. By the way, everything I'm reading, this Strait of Hormuz is not going to open up in the next week or two. It's going to genuinely start to hit it. You think inflation's been bad? Because oil's in so many things. Now, all we think about is the pump. But has a lot to do with fertilizer,
plastics.
Crops. And also, we talked about this before, because they haven't been able to move stuff out of or through the Strait of Hormuz, these Gulf countries that are pumping barrels, whatever, however many you pump a day, 100,000 barrels, whatever. Well, because they haven't been able to move the stuff that's already been pumped, they have to shut down the wells because they're at storage capacity. And when you shut down a well, it's not like, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 2 months, 3 months go by, and okay, open up the well again. Apparently, it doesn't work like that. It's one of these situations where going all the time is what's necessary, and you stop and things get sludgy, and it's more difficult to get. Takes a few weeks for it. So at some point, this thing remains closed to most traffic for too long. It's going to start affecting a lot more than just the prices at the pump. Now, you can throw stones at me because I mentioned that. I'm going to tell you this. Throw stones at the fact that I just told you 2 + 2 = 4, because the thing I told you before that is exactly as true.
Remember the same.
Stop getting mad at people for telling you things that are true. Okay? Stop doing that. If you're on the left, or you're on the right. Let's just right now decide. Let's just stop getting mad at people for telling you the truth. You just go look up, wherever you are in the politics of it, go look up what it is for oil wells and when you shut them down, and these things are really happening. And then say, okay, I'm still in favor of this, but we got to do something about this. We got to figure it out. Yeah, getting mad at somebody telling you something you don't want to hear that's true, you see what that's not doing is figuring it out. And if you want to be useful to the world, you help the world figure things out. You were going to say?
Yeah, a couple things. Just I think one of the big arguments during the Biden administration was always we heard the stories about how the entire supply chain is run by gas, right? You know, you have the trucks
oil,
that bring in the all the food, the groceries, you name it. The entire supply
everything.
The entire supply chain is impacted by oil, and I for some reason they're not making that argument this time around. But there was some encouraging news where
because it's not Biden.
Yeah,
the same people who made it before, and by the way, they were right before, but they weren't principled then or now. Because when you have principles, you don't care about which human beings are violating those principles because you're a person of principle. But if you're a person who's just like, no, I like that guy, I like that politician,
Right.
Well, that's when you get brush up on the pretzel logic because you're gonna need it because that person you love so much has feet of clay just like you and me. Turns out.
Encouraging
Maybe
news.
even more clay in this situation.
Probably. I am seeing that Pakistan has secured a deal with Iran to at least allow 20 ships to travel through the Strait of Hormuz.
Yes, I know, but somebody
So
could check me on this. I think that they're paying tolls.
I think they are.
Even
as
the
well.
gift.
Yeah.
They gave us a lovely
Beautiful
gift. But here's the thing. Iran has said from the very beginning that they have not shut down the Strait of Hormuz. But it's shut down to United States and anybody who's helping the United States. But anybody else can get through, but they got to pay Iran, I believe. So, and what I'm wondering is, it has to happen in Chinese currency. And so I'm wondering about the little present. We got 20, well, my question is, did you have to pay Iran to get them through, or did they just let them through? That's a bit of a difference. He set it up as in a display of, legitimacy to let you know that you can bargain with that. We can make a deal. We're going to give you a gift and let 20 ships go through. Well, if the 20 ships had to pay $2 million a piece to get through, that's not a gift. Or whatever. I don't know what they're charging, but it's pretty high.
How can they control it if we've been bombing and bombing and bombing?
Because there's nothing you can bomb you could, what can you bomb?
Do they have the missiles right there on the coastline?
I don't think
know?
so. I don't think so. Here's another thing that's not really being reported that well. They shot off a missile that we didn't know they had. I think it went 4,000 miles.
Yeah, it hit one of those islands south of India.
Diego Garcia.
Yeah.
So do you know what that means? That means that can be pointed to London, Berlin, a lot of European capitals and UK, and people aren't talking about this. Like, people aren't saying, hey, how did you not know, or did you just not tell us that they had this ability? Or I want to know, is this surprising you? Between Israeli intelligence and U.S. intelligence, those are the two best intelligence operations on the planet. Did that get by them? I want to know. I'm not going to point fingers. I just want to know. Is it possible they have some abilities that we don't know about? It also, by the way, gives a little bit of credence to what the Trump administration has been saying, that these missiles are getting longer range, and if they get a nuke to put on top of them, they'd be able to hit some of these places. But for me, I would just like raw data. Let me decide what it means. Just give me the raw data. That's what I would like. Let's do this for intelligent, objective people and not just to propagandize. There's so much we're not finding out. I have a feeling that Israel's been hit a lot harder than we know. They have a complete, news blackout of these areas. And it's like, I'm not a child. I don't want that information to go rah-rah or we got to do. I want that information because I want to know what is going on. Underestimating the enemy I think any kind of warrior class, any kind of war studies would tell you maybe the worst thing you can do is just go, we're big, they're small, and underestimate the ability of what they can do is what they can do. And with Iran, they can only do what they can do. But what they can only do is possibly going to tip the whole globe into recession. You have your hand up, or you just...
Yeah, I do.
Well, hey, I got Scott.
Later.
Okay.
Whoa in the world?
It's
I
nice
was just going to
little-
say that the gift, those were told. And about
Okay.
$2 million per transit.
Okay,
And-
that's not a gift.
Yeah.
So the gift is for $2 million each, or for all of them?
It says per transit.
Per
That's
tr-
what-
okay,
so
that's
it
each.
seems like each. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a, if my wife gave me a great, cool Christmas gift, and then I told you it cost me $2 million, would the story land the same?
And it is being paid, or it's reported to be paid in Juan, and they are looking to make it a full legal thing. Like the
Yes.
IRGC is looking to legalize these
Yes.
tolls.
Well, the IRGC, if they're still in charge over there when this is all over, they want that to be a toll lane. And I think that Egypt gets a toll for Suez. So it's not unprecedented.
There's no way it's $2 million though, right? It's not that high for Egypt.
That's what I thought, but that's
And
what I read.
I think, and George, check on that because I keep seeing in my places here that it's rumored that they're paying that. That's
all right, so it's rumored because we're
Yeah.
in war and we don't know.
Right,
But
right.
It's rumored, but there's a lot of sources that are saying it's $2 million.
You are correct. It's not like
Right.
We don't exactly know.
Well, it's
but-
kind of being done underhanded.
Exactly.
But so you just had sort of add that, ladies and gentlemen. Does that seem like a gift that Iran allowed for $2 million? By the way, they'll be spending that on things to fight us with. We haven't made a big deal out of the fact that we lifted our sanctions on Iranian oil and Russian oil because the administration is worried about gas prices going up, and oil is a worldwide price. It's based on availability, supply and demand at any moment on for the whole world. So you can talk about, oh, we don't need it, blah, blah, blah. Our prices go up because we're connected to the world trade of oil.
Now let's go. Let's all go EV. This is going to solve everything.
I'll tell you, man, I'm more open to the environmentalists now. Like, you made the wrong argument. You should have been telling us we should have been going to this. You should have been saying it might cost a bit more to get onto the alternative energies, but we won't be held hostage by this.
Let's build some nuke plants and go EV, baby.
Yeah, and then no earthquakes and no Fukushimas. Then we'll be fine, right?
Yeah.
We should ban those.
Earthquakes?
Yeah.
I've been calling,
Absolutely.
I have been calling for that legislation.
Okay.
But
Sure.
that's right. When you're
No more earthquakes.
I'm telling you, man, when you're up against big earthquake, good luck. You're gonna get crushed. You're
I'm
never
brave. I'm the candidate that's going to stand up for no earthquakes.
And then a year later, you're gonna be saying, "Do you want fries with that?" I'm telling you, you don't mess with big earthquake.
You know what? I know how to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
but Mother Earth, man, she
crazy.
Is she an ally?
Well, she
Or
kind
is
of
she-
just does her own thing.
Alex
I'll talk
Williams.
to Father Time, and then
He's
you know
asleep.
what? Get them on the same. Trump changed the name to Father Trump, by the way. I want you to know. Alex Williams says there's a crash slowing the ride on 85 in DeKalb.
Yeah, been that one we've been watching in the HOT Express lane, Eric. 85 northbound, Shallowford Road, exit number 93. I think they just blocked and reopened the lanes to get it off to the side, so those brake lights that start just north of Claremont Road should start to improve. Once you get past that, it stays slow from 285 up past Jimmy Carter Boulevard. 400 northbound, slowest part of that one's in Sandy Springs from 285, but improving once you get up to Northridge Road, exit number 6. Checking the ride northwest of town, it's Sky Smith.
I-75 north, you're going to be sluggish as you get past I-285. You're going to see some light volume for your ride into Kennesaw. Now, I-575, you're going to be on and off the brakes all the way up to Highway 92. This report is sponsored by Georgia United Credit Union. Ready for a financial partner that puts you first? Discover the difference at Georgia United Credit Union. Visit gucu.org/join. Insured by NCUA. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the Trustdale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
We've all been there.
Bumper to bumper all the way back before.
Counting the minutes before we know we're going to be late because we couldn't count on a traffic app.
Crash knocks out 4 left lanes, including the express lane.
There is one thing you can count on. Triple team traffic on WSB.
3 right lanes shut down. We know the highways. We know the streets. And we know the shortcuts.
Avoid the area by taking Buford Highway as an alternate route.
And all you need to do is listen.
More experience.
More reliable. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Triple team traffic.
95.5 WSB. How Atlanta gets there.
Get any size air conditioner for $69.99 a month. 0 down, an unbeatable lifetime warranty, and ask about clean air upgrades. Visit reliableair.com to book your free estimate today.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed right here on 95.5 WSB. Chris, you've talked for years about the importance of having a financial plan in place because it gives us that roadmap for the journey of retirement. That helps us navigate the ups and the downs, when life doesn't go to script. But hey, when can we ever count on life to go according to script?
Yeah, it never does, but we can script it out for you financially. And this is a pretty robust offer that we would present to you today. The first step is you call us or you go to unleashyourmoney.com and click that portfolio x-ray button or the 401k x-ray. That'll allow us to do about a 10 to 14 page report. We give it to you. It assesses exactly what's included in your financial life, all of your investments. From there, if you want us to take step 2 for you, again, completely complimentary, free of charge, we will build you an income plan to replace your paycheck in retirement. That income plan also includes tax strategies, which are extremely important for people in today's environment. Then, if you want us to take the final step, we can fold all of that into a full financial plan and map it out for the rest of your life or until age 100. All 3 of those offers, completely free of charge, completely complimentary. I would start with that portfolio x-ray. It'll take us a few hours to generate the report. We do all that behind the scenes. We give it to you in a half an hour, 45-minute meeting. Very valuable information for you to have on your ready and take home with you.
Call the Hoffman Financial Group today, 770-580-2024. That's 770-580-2024 or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
The Guaranteed Offer from Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. You'll save time and make the most money. Hi, this is Mark Spain. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Spring cleaning's here, but your carpets still look like they're hanging on to dirt from last year. Right now, Zero Res will clean 3 rooms for just $109 and you get the hallway free. And here's the difference. Zero Res doesn't use soap, so there's no sticky residue, nothing left behind to attract dirt. Call 770-242-1313 or visit ZeroResAtlanta.com and mention WSB to get 3 rooms for just $109 and a free hallway. Zero Res, it's the right way to clean.
If you're planning to sell your home, you have a choice. You can do it the traditional way, wait for offers, juggle showings, hope the timing works out, and cross your fingers that you don't end up settling for less. Or you can choose Orchard. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Orchard gives you cash up front from your current home so you can buy your next one first. That means no rushing to sell, no temporary moves, and no trying to perfectly time 2 major transactions. You move into your new home on your schedule. Then Orchard prepares and markets your old home the right way, handling repairs, upgrades, staging, and professional marketing to help it sell for top dollar. And when it does sell, you get that money too. It's a smarter process that gives you flexibility, confidence, and the chance to get the most from your home sale. Thousands of homeowners are already choosing Orchard to make their moves simpler and more successful. Find out what your home is worth today with a free valuation at Orchard.com.
No hot water? Running out halfway through your shower? Or dealing with a leak that just won't stop? When plumbing problems hit, you need help fast. At Moncrief Ace Hardware Home Services, we bring helpful to the home with same-day water heater service and expert plumbing repairs. Our local plumbers arrive ready to diagnose the issue and fix it right the first time. Get comfort back and problems handled by Moncrief Ace Hardware Home Services. Local folks you can trust. Straight answers you can rely on. Powered by Ace Hardware. Get service today at MoncriefAir.com.
So according to the reports that I've read, the TSA has been paid with back pay at this point, which is great, but ICE is staying for a little while.
As long as they smile.
That's fine. My wife was talking to me before she left Colorado to come back last night. And she's been out of it for a week, hasn't even watched. Did you hear they have ICE in the airport? Like, they weren't there when she left. They were there when... And I said, just smile and don't say a damn word. just smile. If two other people are getting into it, just smile and don't say a damn word.
Some of the stock.
I'll be there to pick you up at 9:30.
Some of these stock photos that I'm seeing on these websites, Eric, are hilarious because you'll see like the passenger handing over their driver's license or their passport, and it'll be like this big swole ICE guy is checking it now, and it's like looking at it, working at TSA line.
Well, TSA should be back. I don't know what happens to, if they just called out, I guess they had their jobs. Some people actually did quit. We'll see how that works out. So over the weekend, Tyler Perry tried to do something nice. This is when you know that bureaucracy is out of control. Because obviously you don't want people bribing TSA people, right? It goes without saying. You don't want people bribing. So there's some rules around that. But given the fact that they hadn't been paid in a while, and, it's a good PR move, but it's also a nice thing. So Tyler Perry and his people try to give $250,000 to Atlanta TSA workers, all right? And the first idea, I guess, was cash. And then they were like, no, you can't do that. All right, okay. They went back. They regrouped. They got $250,000 worth of gift cards, $1,000 a piece, gave them to TSA workers. And they took them, and some of them have actually spent some stuff, and now the TSA again is saying, nope, you can't accept those. We need them back. And this is one of those things where I get it. There's probably needs to be rules about giving money to TSA. I get that. I understand why that's the way that it is. After all, you don't want TSA agents on the, TS agents, on the take, because ultimately trying to make sure that planes don't blow up and there's no terrorist thing. So I get that. But this is the problem with large bureaucracies. You can't just have common sense and go, okay, we'll figure this. I suppose maybe the president could.
There's no spirit of the law when it comes to
Now, there's got to be something that goes through that, because you can't, what happens in the law is precedent. So if you waive something, then somebody else can be in front of a judge and say, hey, wait a minute, look at history. I get all of that. So maybe it takes the president. Does he have to sign an executive order that says
the executive order is that Tyler Perry can donate to anybody in the federal government that he so chooses.
It's crazy.
Especially if he gives you a little money for the ballroom.
Well, you could be in the Board of Peace.
Yeah, get you a Burger King gift card there.
You could have Medea night at the ballroom.
There we go.
I believe the president's more of a McDonald's man.
I love McDonald's.
Do you like the Big Arch?
I've had 3 of them. Today?
I haven't tried one yet.
All this fuss over 250 gift cards, guys.
Plan.
Sorry,
Jared. Plan. If you're going to have a big arch, plan.
A
plan.
I'm a big boy. Oh, you are. You don't have a gallbladder, so things run through you.
That did happen to me when I had it.
It happens to you when you have every meal.
No, not every meal, but that one, it did.
Alex Williams says there's a crash on 285 in DeKalb.
Yeah, it wasn't just one right lane, Eric. Fire, rescue, EMS all just showed up. 2 right lanes knocked out with this one now. 285 northbound, the outer loop at I-20 exit 46. Traffic jammed up back to 675. You can take Moreland Avenue northbound, hop on I-20 eastbound. It'll get you back over there to 285 as an alternate, with the 285 southbound delay still prominent between Tucker and Clarkston from I-85 down past East Ponce, exit number 40. A little bit better news on I-75 on the south side, Sky Smith.
Oh, absolutely. I-75 northbound, there was an earlier tractor trailer that was stalled. Now it's off to the right side of the road. However, we are seeing some residual delays between Bill Gardner Parkway and Highway 155. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Most financial advisors only manage your money. They refer you out for taxes. They refer you out for estate planning. They refer you out when things get complicated. Did they really vet that person? Or did they meet once, exchange business cards, and call it a partnership? A referral isn't accountability. It's a handoff. When your investments, taxes, and estate plan are built separately, gaps happen, and those can cost money. At Trajan, we didn't build a referral network. We built a family office for all. Wealth, tax, estate. One team delivering coordinated planning, once reserved for the ultra-wealthy. If you want real coordination and not just introductions, call Trajan Wealth today. Call Trajan today at 404-208-3300. That's 404-208-3300.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, it's Dale from TrustDale.com. I've trusted America's Best Choice for more than a decade for windows, doors, siding, decks, and roofing. Their exclusive 3-way warranty, including my $10,000 Make It Right guarantee, protects you if something goes wrong. When you're investing in your home, don't gamble with unproven contractors. It's simply not worth the risk.
Thanks, Dale. At America's Best Choice, we deliver the best exterior solutions that provide long-term value for your home. Upgrade your home with high-quality, energy-efficient windows. Take advantage of special pricing on custom decks or choose siding, doors, and fencing that don't just look great, they're built to last. We're raising the bar in roofing, combining proven installation, premium materials, and expert craftsmanship to protect your home year after year. Spring is the busiest season for home improvement, so don't wait. Schedule your free in-home estimate now at abcwin.com and get your project on the calendar today. No pressure, no gimmicks. America's Best Choice. Quality you can trust, prices you can afford.
When you decide to buy a natural diamond, remember Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort is an authorized Hearts on Fire jeweler. Every Hearts on Fire diamond is a piece of art, carefully and thoughtfully selected and crafted, worthy of the kind of special occasions that come along a few times in a lifetime. My friends at Tara Fine Jewelry will show you how to accurately compare diamonds with their famous personal service, so you'll know you're making a good decision. You'll see why I've been a Tara Fine Jewelry customer for over 25 years. Tara Fine Jewelry in Beaufort.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios. News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top story, we are learning more today about the suspect in the March 12th synagogue attack in Michigan. The FBI's Jennifer Runyon says the suspect was inspired by Iran-backed terrorist group Hezbollah targeting the Jewish community.
A review of his online activity since January 2026 revealed a reoccurring search history of pro-Hezbollah news channels, Iranian news channels, and videos about shootouts and bullets.
The Department of Justice says the 41-year-old suspect acted on the directions from Hezbollah and he was no lone wolf. The suspect died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound during the shootout with a temple security guard. No one else was injured. President Trump says talks with Iran are going well, but as correspondent Natalie Brand reports, the president is also taking steps to ramp up fighting in case those talks don't end with a deal.
CBS News has confirmed that hundreds of U.S. Special Operations Forces are now in the Middle East. They join elements of the Army's 82nd Airborne and about 2,500 Marines who just arrived in the region aboard the USS Tripoli, with more Marines on the way.
It is 72 degrees in Atlanta. Are there any rain chances this week? And when will reach the upper 80s? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Students and staff at Chapel Hill High School in Douglas County are mourning the death of a student who was killed in a prom night crash over the weekend. The Georgia State Patrol says speed was a factor in the crash that killed 18-year-old Patience Price along Chapel Hill Road at Rosemont Drive. Another passenger is seriously hurt. The driver has minor injuries. Investigators say the driver showed no signs of impairment. A man is killed in a raging house fire in Dallas.
After arriving to the home on Mount Tabor Church Road, firefighters used the homeowner's ladder to get into the second-floor bedroom where they believe someone is trapped. Then, moments later,
Engine 3 with the urgent. I've got a victim.
Paulding County Fire Rescue Captain Steve Mapes says despite their efforts, the 35-year-old victim was pronounced dead at a local hospital.
It's heartbreaking for family, for the firefighters that were on the scene, and really anybody that's involved. This is a tragic loss.
The cause remains under investigation. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta police identify the unruly passenger arrested on a Frontier flight inbound to Atlanta. 48-year-old Pierre St. Richardson reportedly made a bomb threat. He had outstanding warrants and was additionally charged with terroristic threats. He is now in the Clayton County Jail. Georgia Poison Control sounds the alarm over an herbal substance called kratom after the CDC reports a record number of calls nationwide.
Despite Georgia now having the Kratom Consumer Protection Act, which restricts certain high-concentration kratom products from being sold and requires those products to be kept behind the counter, our state is still seeing an increase in calls to the Poison Center. Calls up 66% since 2022. The center's Patrick Filkins says most alarming
is a 400% increase from 2024 to 2025 and exposures to kids ages 5 and under.
He says that's because many of the products are sold in gummy or lollipop form. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
The Georgia Department of Transportation rolls out its new Georgia 400 Incident Response Unit this week. They are like heroes, but won't replace them.
Nothing's going to change for the traveling public. You can still dial 511 if you need assistance.
The DOT's Kyle Collins says the unit will respond to incidents specifically along a 16-mile stretch of Georgia 400 to improve safety, support motorists, and keep traffic moving. NASA begins a 2-day countdown to return to the moon with astronauts.
This is Jim Ryan.
And liftoff of Artemis 1. We rise together.
In the nearly 2.5 years since Artemis 1 made its trip around the moon, engineers have been preparing to send humans.
We're about to do something we haven't done in 50 years, and we're about to do it in a new way.
NASA's Dustin Gomert has been in charge of designing new spacesuits meant to sustain life in an emergency.
They become your own personal-sized spacecraft that can last up to 6 days.
The orange spacesuits bear the Artemis 2 patch.
It is now 5:34 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple Team Traffic starts now with Alex Williams.
Travel advisory, southeast leg of the perimeter bill. Crash, 2 right lanes, 285 northbound, the outer loop at I-20, exit number 46. Traffic is jammed up back to I-675. If you want to head north of there, you can use I-20 eastbound as your alternate. Now, the 285 east and southbound ride through DeKalb County, that's all volume from Georgia 400 over to Peachtree Boulevard. You're going to break free briefly, but don't be fooled by that because the brake lights are going to find you again just past I-85 for the ride down to exit 41 Memorial Drive. Keeping an eye on the ride through downtown Atlanta, it's Sky Smith.
Your connector northbound ride is stop and go between University Avenue and Georgia Tech. Now you're hitting the brakes on your connector southbound ride as you get past Howell Mill Road on I-75 South, and from the Georgia 400 I-85 merge, your ride's going to free up just past I-20. Next report is in less than 10 minutes from the Trustdale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Cloudy skies this evening. Just a slim chance of an isolated rain shower moving through. Staying mild through tomorrow morning with lows in the upper 50s to low 60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy. An isolated pop-up storm possible. High 79. Very warm on Wednesday. Partly cloudy with a high around 85. Staying in the upper 80s on Thursday afternoon. Partly cloudy with pop-up storms on Friday with a high around 82.
Right now it's 70 in Sandy Springs and 70 in Lawrenceville, 73 in Stockbridge. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Steel Horse Law has mastered riding our Georgia roads and the twists and turns of Georgia law.
Donna, did you see the machines they just put in here?
The coin-operated ones?
Yeah, by the fountain drinks.
So exciting. Gambling machines in a gas station? Who needs to go to Vegas?
Pump a little unleaded, play a few slots.
They are so fun.
You know who got those legalized in Georgia.
Who?
Burt Jones.
Burt Jones, our Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones?
Yeah, that Burt Jones. He worked to legalize the whole $6 billion coin-operated gambling machine industry so he could get these machines into stores like this.
Why would he do that?
Because his family owns the stores. But it gets better. Burt voted to require that half the revenue went to the store owners.
Like his family?
Yeah, like his family. No wonder he's taken thousands from gambling interests.
Sounds corrupt to me.
Typical career politician. The House doesn't lose, Donna. This whole thing was a guaranteed jackpot.
Yeah, for Burt Jones.
The guy is seriously corrupt.
The absolute worst.
Thanks for nothing, Burt Jones.
Paid for by Jackson for Governor, Inc.
Good boy, Rufus. You fetched a doggone great deal. Hey, it's Dave Baker with Rufus, the chief barking officer at Finley Roofing. The roof guys. He really has something special to bark about. Finley Roofing has 0% financing available, making it even easier to stop procrastinating and get your roof replaced. Rufus will roll over those high interest rates with flexible financing options to make it easy and more affordable. Everything you own and love lives under your roof. So if it's long overdue to be replaced, think of Finley first for a remarkable roof replacement experience. You'll always win with Finley. They've installed over 65,000 roofs locally, including mine. They've mastered the roof replacement process with impeccable, high-quality work. And with 0% financing available, it won't chew up your wallet. Schedule your free roof analysis at FinleyRoofing.com.
Objectively, we have to cover the internecine warfare within the MAGA movement. So Tucker's been out for a while, although Tucker's still friends with Trump. Megyn Kelly still friends with Trump, but against the war more than anything.
Don't forget Candace Owens.
What does she count? Don't forget the fringe.
Fringe.
That's like saying to me, like, don't forget Laura Loomer. Huh?
She's still in.
She's still MAGA.
We know that. We know that. I'm talking about the more, I guess, mainstream. Established is better than saying mainstream.
No, you get MM. I like that. Mainstream MAGA.
Mainstream MAGA. So one thing that gets me, and again, we'll get to this with this Joe Rogan clip, is they never, like, they're still, I think they still are on board with Trump. They just blame all the people around him, you know. Marjorie Taylor Greene has been out for a while. I have a little more from her. So let's go with Rogan, and everybody not everybody, only one person, George, because I think if more than one person hits the dump button at the same time, in my mind, that cancels it out and it doesn't happen. I don't know if that's true or not. So I sent this to Jared and said, this needs a lot of bleeps.
Yeah, it's bleeped up.
Okay. All right. It's very confident. But, just in case, let's have George.
That's why we're in delay, just in case.
That's why we're in delay. I like that. That's another saying. We came up with a saying last week, and now I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, me neither.
But it was good, and I thought it was going to take off. But there's another one. You just came up with another one. That's why. What did you say?
That's why we're in delay.
That's why we're in delay.
Putting quotes on it now. Maybe the name of the show.
All right. So Rogan is, I guess, and Shelley was explaining to me the reason that maybe he doesn't go after Trump, because he still texts with Trump. If you say anything against a Trump policy and I suppose people hate me for it, but I'm not on any social media, so I don't see it. It's like I just assume there are people who hate me for it. Okay, fine. I don't look at it. I don't read it. But, the Rogans of the world see it more. And Shelley says every time he disagrees with anything, it's like 15,000 people. You were never on board. That's the whole thing with MAGA. How pure are you? Yeah. Okay, MAGA, what we want from our president, how good is the country doing? We're not in your movement, so we don't care how pure the people in the movement are. So he's probably responding to some of that he's been critical, and then people come after him, and he's talking about MAGA dorks.
But that phrase sucks. Here's the thing. Like, first of all, America is great. Make America greater, I'm down. But make America great again, and then it becomes a movement of a bunch of dorks, because a lot of them are dorks. A lot of them, these really weird uninteresting, unintelligent people that have got something they cling to, and there's a lot of people that are just real, genuine patriots, and they're all lumped into this one group, and you got to accept the dorks too. That.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you noticed inside of there, Rogan kind of brushed up against a very famous Obama-ism. They cling to their religion and guns. Remember the
bitter clingers?
They and he said inside there, he's like, they got something to cling to. A little close.
Little okey doke.
Am I the only one hearing that? They're clinging.
I think they're clinging. He's saying.
No, I know he's saying they're clinging to the idea
Yeah.
of MAGA, but what's within that?
Making America great again.
But what's inside of there? Two elements are religion and guns.
Yes.
Hey, don't you
I
wave me off like
apologize.
that,
I
George.
apologize.
It's my job to have the penetrating analysis and put things together that maybe others don't see. That's all. I don't think Rogan meant that. I just think it's ironic.
Translation: you think Rogan is now an Obama supporter?
I think Rogan.
He definitely
did.
is,
I think Obama. He
oh yeah,
voted
in
for
08 for sure.
Yeah, Rogan was kind of a centrist Dem, and then he went Bernie, and then he went Trump, and now he appears to be. But again, it's all the criticism. It's never of the man in the middle. It's always the people around, the people in the movement, the people that are giving him. Israel's giving him bad intelligence. It's never like, well, Israel's tried to convince many presidents to do this. They all said no up to now. So
the buck stops there,
or there,
but not here.
Not there. The buck does not stop there.
No.
Stop here, I should say. So that's pretty interesting that there. I think it's been known for a little bit now that whatever it was called, the brosphere or whatever, is starting to peel away. But even more from Rogan, because as he's getting under the gun, because this is by the way, and this is like any movement, left, right, MAGA, Black Lives Matter. The mistake that is made by so many of these movements is that the way I put it is, when you're approaching people who aren't in your movement, is it with an open hand or a closed fist? Because if you're in a movement in reality and you believe in the ideas behind the movement, what you should really be trying to do all the time is not prove that you're right. It's persuading others to join your movement, because every movement is stronger the more people that are in the movement. And so it's kind of like chopping off your nose to spite your face, to always have a fist, have your hand closed in a fist. Like, I'm going to tell you why this is good, and you're stupid, and if you don't believe it, you're dumb, and you have an open hand, says, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but let me hit you with this. For so many years it was this way, and that's why we're in this situation. And yeah, well, maybe he's going too far, but let's talk about why we even are in this situation where we're going too far. And that's an open hand. That's a dialogue, not a monologue. And when you engage in dialogue with people who are not in your movement, you're much more likely to persuade them to join their movement. But I don't think many people are coming home. Hey, honey, a guy at work called me a libtard. I think he's right. I'm going to join them.
That's why Charlie Kirk was so effective on college
That
campuses,
is
because he listened to people.
Right. That was the whole concept, right? I don't
He
know.
would disagree with them, but he wouldn't call them
names. The whole
names.
idea was, if you, almost like Rush used to say, but nobody took him up on it. So a lot of Rush's callers would just be people agreeing with him. But he used to always say, if you disagree, you're at the front of the line.
Yeah.
I got sort of the same kind of idea from what Charlie Kirk was doing. The whole concept was, tell me why I'm wrong, and then I'll respond to you.
And after he died, that movement sort of became a lot different.
Well, of course, because it's movements that are around the personality of one person. That they are the movement.
Yeah.
What is MAGA after Trump? I mean, this idea that J.D. Vance is going to.
Yeah.
Trump is
he's not into that.
He's a charismatic.
Yeah.
He's a they broke the mold. You went after him. You don't just get another Trump And same thing's true with Charlie Kirk. You don't just get another Charlie Kirk. You get the people who are around him, and one of them ascends or something along those lines. But you're not going to get the same person because the thing was built around his personality. So I think it's hilarious, though. Is it going to be J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio?
Which neither of them are going to be able to keep that same coalition together.
I feel like
Or Vance Erica.
Vance Erica Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be the next.
Shit.
I'm not going to talk about it. But if I was not on commercial radio, I might have more to say about what I consider a very twisted version of Christianity that is being sold to the American people. It does not resonate with me, and I just don't see. It seems odd to me because it seems like a lot of the rhetoric is coming from the Old Testament, not the New Testament. But it's supposed to be Christian, which that's the New Testament. So I get in deeper because I know I got a lot to say, but I don't need the trouble. Alex Williams says there's progress on 285 in DeKalb.
Yeah, the progress is we're back to just blocking the right lane with this crash, Eric. 285 northbound, the outer loop I-20 exit 46. Still pretty stacked up behind it from 675, but as soon as this ambulance and Hero are able to clear the scene, we'll have all lanes back open. So stick with us. We will definitely let you know when things are cleared up and you can get around that. Just found new trouble in Gwinnett County. Crash in the median on 316 at Sugarloaf Parkway, right underneath the bridge there. It is jamming up the ride in both ways. Eastbound definitely slow, leaving I-85. And we're also checking trouble on 285 on the west side of town with the help of Sky Smith.
Oh, yeah. I-285 south, just past South Cobb Drive. We've got a stalled tractor trailer in the second to left lane. Now, you want to make sure that you stay to the far right to get around this. The next report is in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Chris Chandler here from Atlanta's Morning News, hoping with Paws Atlanta to find a home for our WSB Dog of the Month, Pecan, whichever way your family wants to say it. One of 10 puppies in a family, 5 months old, wants a home like several brothers and sisters have already found. Our sponsor, Findlay Roofing, pays the adoption fees too. Go to WSBRadio.com/dog.
Switch your termite protection to Breda Pest Management, and your rate is locked in for 10 years. And Breda's termite guarantee is unmatched in the industry.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
When you need quality professional tree work, choose Heath Tree Service. Hi, I'm Jimmy Heath. My father started Heath Tree Service over 60 years ago, and we're still family owned, certified arborists, and experts with trees. Find us at heathtreeservice.com.
Is your financial advisor managing your risk or just a spreadsheet? Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. Many financial advisors rely on target date funds, which are one-size-fits-all portfolios that don't know your name, your family, or your goals. And that passive management can leave you dangerously exposed. At Trajan, we look at the whole picture, not just the stocks everyone else buys, but the private market opportunities most advisors ignore. And as fiduciaries, we build a strategy around you, coordinating your investments, tax strategy, and estate into one cohesive plan. Your financial life deserves more than just a generic portfolio. Real planning isn't a stack of statements. It's the confidence of knowing where your income will come from for the next 30 years. Good enough isn't good enough for your family. It's time for a change. Schedule your complimentary consultation today.
Call Trajan today at 404-208-3300. That's 404-208-3300.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Private equity investments require accreditation. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Spring cleaning's here, but your carpets still look like they're hanging on to dirt from last year. Right now, Zero Res will clean 3 rooms for just $109, and you get the hallway free. And here's the difference. Zero Res doesn't use soap, so there's no sticky residue, nothing left behind to attract dirt. Call 770-242-1313 or visit ZeroResAtlanta.com and mention WSB to get 3 rooms for just $109 and a free hallway. Zero Res, it's the right way to clean.
Nothing makes a home feel refreshed like a fresh coat of paint. Ashley Frasca to tell you about Serta Pro Painters. This spring, invite them out to your home to give you a free estimate quickly and at the right price. I enjoyed working with their team of professionals who protected my home during the job, got it done right, and then cleaned up, leaving us happy and relaxed. Do what I did. Schedule your free estimate online now at CertaPro.com. That's Serta with a C.
Each Serta Pro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
Last year, I had back pain radiating down my right leg. The pain was so bad I was willing to cut my leg off to stop the pain. I could barely walk and had to stoop over when I did just to take pressure off the spine. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. In my professional career, I've represented thousands of people who've had herniated discs and issues with their neck and back, but never fully appreciated what they were going through until it was my turn. It's like trying to describe colors to a blind person who's never had sight. All I can tell you is it hurt like hell, but worse. My daily walk was gone, and that bothered me a great deal. Then I thought of all of you and how much more devastating this type of injury could be for you. My life stopped. I now feel your pain. Just know at Morgan & Morgan, we got your back. I understand. Morgan means more.
Morgan & Morgan Atlanta, 191 Peach Street, Atlanta, Georgia. Thou pound law. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
If your investments are in a 401k or an IRA, then listen carefully. You spent 30, maybe 40 years building your retirement. The question is, are you about to watch it take a hit you can't recover from? Military escalation in Iran, tariffs in legal chaos, the U.S. dollar under pressure it hasn't seen in years. History is clear. When this much uncertainty hits at once, the investors who moved into gold and silver first came out ahead. Right now, Advantage Gold is offering a free gold investment kit and a free copy of economist Ken Rogoff's powerful new book, Our Dollar, Your Problem. Call Advantage Gold now at 800-900-8000. Thousands of Americans have already rolled over a portion of their 401k or IRA into physical gold and silver, completely tax and penalty free through Advantage Gold. Don't wait for the next surge to wish you had moved sooner. Results vary. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
That's what I'm saying is I'm not buying that you can, that an eye for an eye and turn the other cheek are some sort of, like, it's a wash. Read the Sermon on the Mount. These people who are just, oh, do they read the Sermon on the Mount?
They don't read.
Well, that's ridiculous. I mean, there's the red letter version of the Bible. There's no more red letters together than Sermon on the Mount. It's not even close. And you know, this idea that this is a warrior who, like, you got to go fight and kill people. I don't get that. I don't get it at all. I mean, read the Sermon on the Mount. Yeah, I think a lot of people just hear these things. Oh, turn the other cheek. And they think, oh, so Jesus was saying if someone goes after you, just ignore them. No, that's not what he's saying. First of all, he prefaces it with, and I'm paraphrasing, with, you know, you've been told up to now, an eye for an eye. I'm here to tell you the new way, my way. And turn the other cheek is if someone smacks you in the face, you turn the other cheek so that they can smack you again. It's in those are the words. That's what it is.
The Crusader popes didn't pay any attention to that.
Nobody seems to pay attention. I mean, it's really quite a beautiful thing. My own personal interpretation has always been that you're not supposed to care about anything that happens on earth. You're not supposed to care about politics. You know, in another part, you know, he says, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. I take that as meaning Caesar's going to have a reckoning too. But here, he's in charge. So just render unto Caesar what's Caesar's, and then you, who I have told through me, will live forever. Well, living forever doesn't start when you die. If you believe you're living forever, that means you're here.
I'll get to it later.
Forever, right. And, you know, in the Sermon on the Mount, basically, if you read it the way I've always read it, Jesus basically says, don't even plan. Don't even worry about tomorrow. Look at the whole lilies of the field part. And I don't understand these people who just bring his name up all the time. You know, one of the problems for him when Rome was coming after him was that the people thought that their Messiah was going to lead them into war and free, and he didn't. He was a pacifist. Am I just reading this completely wrong? Because I don't recognize the Jesus Christ that Pete Hegseth is talking about. I'm sorry, I don't. Alex Williams says Highway 316 is slow into Lawrenceville.
Yeah, we got a crash we found on the Jam Cam, Eric. It's in the median. No lanes are blocked right now on Highway 316 right at Sugarloaf Parkway, but it's done a number on the ride in both directions. Eastbound's been slowing, leaving I-85, trying to make its way out to Lawrenceville, with westbound on the brakes from Riverside Parkway. 85 northbound, still seeing the volume from 285 up into Norcross, and then looks like we've had some trouble on 85 north, just north of Sugarloaf Parkway, or right at Sugarloaf Parkway, that's caused you to have a slow ride leaving Highway 316 up toward Duluth and Suwanee. Checking the ride on I-75, it is Sky Smith.
I-75 northbound, we've got some moderate volume as you get past I-285 and head on into Kennesaw. Now, your ride on I-575 is stop and go on up to Highway 92. This traffic report is brought to you by Mark Spain Real Estate. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the Trustdale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Allergy season is nothing to sneeze at. At All Care, we understand that allergies aren't just annoying, they can also affect your overall health and quality of life. All Care's providers can help you manage your allergy triggers and develop a customized treatment plan that may include medications, lifestyle modifications, and more, so that spring can be fun again. 15 convenient locations, after hours, and weekend appointments available, and now offering virtual care services. Learn more at allcare-ga.com/allergy.
So you're losing your hair and you need a simple solution that works, but you want the best. It's Mark Aram here. Modern technology, top-rated physicians. You want something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair's completely redefined hair restoration, from the experience itself to the unmatched results they produce. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, address them all with a simple one-day treatment in a calm, relaxed environment with experienced pros. Advanced Hair has performed tens of thousands of breakthrough advanced FUE treatments, and get this, your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day. No one else in Atlanta can offer the advanced FUE found at Advanced Hair. Fix your hair loss today, starting with your free consultation, and you'll also get $500 off if you move forward. Call 470-660-HAIR. Refine your hairline with the team that's redefined hair restoration, and don't forget to ask about that Advanced Hair Guarantee, 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Gold demand is skyrocketing to record highs. As more Americans rush to preserve their savings, will there be enough gold? I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and I believe physical gold is the only way to truly protect your 401k or IRA savings. Gold offers tangible security that can't be tracked, stolen, or inflated. That's why I strongly advocate for gold IRAs. To learn more, text the word SECURE to 989898 now. Birch Gold Group will send you a free info kit on gold IRAs. Birch Gold is the only gold company I trust, and their thousands of great reviews prove I'm not alone. So don't wait another second. Protect your retirement savings today and see how easy it is to move your IRA or 401k into physical precious metals. Text SECURE to the number 989898 for your free gold IRA info kit. Again, SECURE to 989898.
Message and data rates may apply. Why does it matter that D. Geller & Son is Atlanta's first diamond wholesaler? Because we get first dibs. When diamonds come to Atlanta, they come to D. Geller & Son first. A bunch of diamonds that look the same on paper, but there's about 1 in every 10 that you can see from across the room. So we keep the good one, we pack the rest back up, and they go somewhere else, usually a big box store that's not quite as picky. That means the same color, same clarity, and same price gets you more brilliance, more sparkle, more bang for your diamond buck at D. Geller & Son in Kennesaw and Sandy Springs. Online at dgeller.com.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top local story. Heartbreak for a Douglas County high school after a tragic accident on prom night.
Counselors have been available at Chapel Hill High School for students mourning the loss of one of their own. In the early hours after the school's weekend prom, the vehicle in which 18-year-old Patience Price was riding left the road, hitting an embankment and overturning, throwing the high school senior from the car. The Georgia State Patrol says it seems she was not wearing a seatbelt. She died at the scene. A rear seat passenger was taken to Grady with injuries. Indications are the driver of the car, who had only minor visible injuries, may have been speeding but was not impaired. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
73 degrees in Atlanta. Much warmer temperatures heading our way this week. What about rain chances? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A man accused of pretending to be a federal agent is now behind bars in Cobb County.
39-year-old Timothy Earl Hayes is facing felony charges of impersonating an officer and false imprisonment after he's accused of pulling a woman over in Marietta. According to court documents, Hayes, who was dressed in a suit, was driving his 2022 black Chevy Suburban that was equipped with blue and white flashing lights when he started driving behind Alondra Torres. When she pulled over, Hayes identified himself as an FBI agent making a traffic stop. She was eventually able to drive away and call police. Hayes is now being held without bond in the Cobb County Adult Detention Center. Michelle Wright, 95.5 WSB.
With less than 2 months until the Georgia primary, an out-of-state group is paying millions for attack ads against Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones, and they are now facing formal charges.
According to the State Ethics Commission, the Delaware-based group Georgians for Integrity has spent $19 million on attack ads against Jones since December of last year. The group is facing 10 ethics violation charges for improperly registering and failing to disclose certain lobbying activities. Ethics officials say the group is shaping the political debate even though it doesn't advocate for a specific candidate. It will be at least a month before a trial begins. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
The FBI confirms this month's attack on a Detroit area synagogue was inspired by an Iran-based terror group. FBI Special Agent Jennifer Runyon says in the weeks before the suspect drove to the synagogue and opened fire, he made a video saying he wanted to kill as many of them as I possibly can.
The evidence shows the attacker was motivated and inspired by Hezbollah's militant ideology.
She says the suspect wanted to target the largest Jewish temple in Michigan. A prosecutor is grilled by the Georgia Supreme Court for using artificial intelligence to craft a legal filing and vows it'll never happen again.
Clayton County Assistant DA Deborah Leslie says she takes full responsibility for using AI to supplement arguments against a new trial for a woman convicted of murder for chasing down and shooting an accused hit-and-run driver. Leslie withdraws a total of 9 citations, either fictitious, wrongly quoted, or irrelevant. The trial court didn't spot them, and neither did defense attorney Andrew Fleischman, who told Georgia justices,
"I'm sorry I didn't catch it. I sometimes don't read all the cases cited in my opponent's brief, and this is an instance where I didn't do that."
Leslie's new brief says that the real cases cited and the evidence still don't support Hannah Payne's citizen's arrest claim. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
A man accused of shooting at multiple people in homes in Newton County is now in custody. The sheriff's office says 41-year-old Laverius Cosby was walking along Spring Hill Road and Spring Valley Crossing this afternoon with a handgun when he started firing that weapon. No injuries reported, but there is some property damage. DeKalb County gets tough on the growing problem of tire dumping.
Illegal dumping of tires is an environmental hazard and also a very costly crime for taxpayers. The CAB CEO Lorraine Cochran-Johnson joined with police officials to announce several arrests with a warning more will follow.
Illegal dumping will not be tolerated in DeKalb County. We will find you and we will hold you accountable.
Charges can escalate to felony status depending on the total weight of tires dumped. Recent sweeps have resulted in the removal of 30,000 dumped tires. They've also arrested and charged 10 individuals and are actively seeking 4 others. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
Wait times at all checkpoints at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport have been minimal today. TSA says most of its officers are now receiving back pay from the government shutdown. It is 6:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Hey, Bill, still watching a few trouble spots on I-285. The crash on the southeast leg of the perimeter, 285 north at I-20 exit 46. That is still knocking out the right lane. That's why you're seeing the brake lights from Flat Shoals getting up to I-20. And on the west side outer loop, stalled tractor trailer with no help, still blocking the second left lane. 285 southbound below South Cobb Drive, exit 15. Those delays stretch with you or stick with you back up into the Smyrna Minings area, really just leaving Cobb Parkway. How are things looking through downtown Atlanta, Sky Smith?
Connector southbound, your ride is congested from the 85-400 merge, and on 75, the slowdown begins at Northside Drive, but everything again opens up once you get past I-20. Your connector northbound ride is stop and go between University Avenue and Georgia Tech. Next report is in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official plumber of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
clouds.
skies this evening. Just a slim chance of an isolated rain shower moving through, staying mild through tomorrow morning with lows in the upper 50s to low 60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, an isolated pop-up storm possible, high 79. Very warm on Wednesday, partly cloudy with a high around 85. Staying in the upper 80s on Thursday afternoon, partly cloudy with pop-up storms on Friday with a high around 82.
71 in Douglasville and Snellville, 72 in Fayetteville. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
That is correct, Caiaccio. Hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. I say right now.
Right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, I was distracted. I was talking to George before we went back on the air and just how the state of the world. It's like,
Listen,
I'm back on that kick.
We got to
Eric.
talk each other up, not down.
I can't.
Hey, you know? All right, here's a story for you.
Oh, his Mets blew a game the other day.
Hey, did you see those Braves? How about that walk-off grand slam?
Yeah, same day. The Mets won the same way. Last at bat, home run, walk off.
Yeah, but
They
it wasn't
each other.
it wasn't the batter's first at bat for his team.
No, but there was a rookie on the Mets who hit his first home run after a dead pigeon fell next to him in right field.
An omen.
Okay, but also our grand slam walk-off was also the first at-bat since he lost his mother to cancer. You cannot top that.
Boom.
You
Done.
cannot top
I don't
that.
know. A hawk killing a pigeon in the air. The pigeon falling to the ground.
That's spectacle. That
Playing
is
in right
spectacle,
field for
Greg
10
Russ.
minutes next to a rookie.
No one picked it up?
It took them 10 minutes. They just kept playing the game.
Well, I mean, you might as well. It's hey, listen, it's a game that's played outside. You got to work around
Right.
the dead pigeons. That's
He
part of
could
the
have
sport.
thrown it in the crowd.
Yeah, he would have been a fan favorite.
I got the dead bird.
No, I'm not trying to take away from that. Was a nice story. Nobody knew that his mom had died, right? It didn't come out until after he hit the.
That's correct.
grand slam.
He had
Yeah,
kept
so he
it-
wasn't broadcasting it to everyone all the time.
No,
Right.
he kept it completely under the radar. There was a post-game interview, and then it came up during the post-game interview, and people were like, "Whoa! Like we've got a new storyline here. This is the major story."
It's amazing. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a tough year for the Braves, but it's been a nice start.
Yes,
Have moments.
Well, we started
like
off
that.
0-7 last year. This is
Yeah.
we'll take.
But I mean,
winning
like
a series.
that felt like playoff baseball when that
It did.
happened. I mean, like people were just out of their minds.
And Friday's game, the opening night was just a great atmosphere out there. It was fun. People were energetic into it. It was
Well,
a
our
good feeling.
chief engineer Charles Kinney reminds me that the Royals won the third game
on Sunday. Yes.
Okay, so he's
Nobody's
a big
perfect.
Royals fan. So
Yankees
Well,
are
fair
3-0,
and
though.
balanced. Fair and balanced. Yes.
Yankees still undefeated.
One run they've given up.
Well, it's early.
Until tonight in
Jeez,
Seattle.
there's only 157 more games to
Yeah.
go. I'm calling it right now.
Autumn's ready for all of them.
Oh, she's gonna
Oh
be.
boy, I can't wait.
Orioles.
Baseball.
How are the Orioles doing, Autumn?
Yeah, how
Oh
are
man,
the
they're
Orioles?
they're throwing the ball around.
As they should, and they're
people
good
are
at that.
catching it.
Uh-huh.
Some people are hitting it.
Oh
You know
yeah,
how it goes.
that sounds like baseball to me, right?
Woo! I love it.
Hey, they got Pete Alonso. They're excited. The Orioles.
Wow, you're really following baseball. I follow baseball with as good as the Braves are. That's basically my interest in baseball. If the Braves are playing well, my interest obviously goes up. If the Braves, if at some point I go, I just don't think the Braves are really going to make a run this year, then I just fall out of baseball altogether. It's not like football for me, where I can watch two teams that I don't care about. I watched UFL football over the weekend.
Why?
Can you believe the way that the DC Defenders defense melted down in the last 2 minutes of that game? It was quite exciting.
Did you see the 4-point field goal?
Yes, yeah, that's a new wrinkle, which could end up in the NFL, because we got a lot of guys hitting them from 60 now. So what is, you got to hit from 60
Yes.
yards, and then you get 4 points for a field goal. So, and
I
we
like
got
that.
yeah, we got that guy in Dallas, and then anybody kicking in Denver at any time can usually hit over 55 yards.
Falcons' new kicker can do it too.
So that'll be
Polk.
yeah. So yeah, it may be something that could add a little something to the game. You know, if we're getting all these kickers who can do it now, I mean, back in the old days, if somebody hit a 50-yard field goal, it was like, wow.
Didn't they change something with the balls that the kicker uses?
They're allowed to
They can prep it
They're allowed to
differently now?
prep it now. Like it used to be, that was like a brand new issued thing every time. Now they're allowed to, kind of put their hands on it and
Take a little air out of it, maybe.
I don't know. You're not allowed to have needles involved.
Okay.
But you can shape it with your hands. And they can kind of get it. I guess if you're a kicker, you really want the bulk of the ball to be in one area, and you're going for the center of gravity. I don't know. But did you see the way the defenders, their defense, it's the way they melted down the last 2 minutes of that game was something else.
Yeah, everyone's talking about it.
Yeah. Ricky
It's everywhere.
Prohl. Ricky Prohl was the coach. Remember
Who
him?
escaped
No.
this?
He was a wide receiver. He won the Super Bowl with the Rams. He was part of that big thing. Anyway, I was watching the UFL. So my point is, I'll watch football even when I don't care who wins. But with baseball, it seems to me that there's only like 7 or 8 teams that ever matter.
They have
New England Patriots were in the Super Bowl last year. They got crushed, but they were in the Super Bowl last year, and the year before they won 4 games. That never happens in baseball that I know of.
Not often. And in this era that we're in now, where the Dodgers are so good, and coming off kind of the heels of the Yankees dynasty that they had, I mean, it does feel like that. But you will have like that 7 and 8 team. Those often flip.
I mean, the
bit.
Braves are one of those teams.
Yeah,
so
we're
I live
always
in a
in the
city. I live in a city that has a premium brand.
Teams
But,
like the
I mean,
Mets are always forgotten
I
about.
would just the Mets have a legacy, so remember them. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates that get forgotten about. The Royals. The
Royals have won the World Series in the past 15 years, I believe.
They beat the Mets.
Yeah, the
2015.
Pirates haven't won it since 1979.
The Anaheim Angels.
Yeah.
Who? I mean, I guess the Mariners are pretty good from time to time, but I still don't see them as one of the teams.
No.
It's I don't know how the St. Louis Cardinals are doing right now, but they're one of the premium brands.
Well, in fact, the Mariners were so bad last year that they scheduled a Seahawks game during the MLB postseason because they knew the assumption was the Mariners wouldn't make the postseason.
Yeah, nobody in that fan base cares.
And they're like,
But then they did.
Yeah, then they did. And they're
Yeah.
like, oh, we have to figure out like flex timing and stuff.
Well, the
But I mean,
Twins used to be really good too, and they haven't been good for a
And
while.
it's just like, aren't there like 30 teams?
Yeah.
Only 30.
There's 7 or 8 that I can.
They're
going
going
to
to
top of my head.
expand.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Ruin it even more. Well, there's not going to be any more seasons.
NFL is going to expand too, and that's going to ruin it. There's 32 teams. There's 15 quarterbacks that people think of as, no doubt about it, starting quarterbacks. Already less than half the league. And then you're going to expand it 4 more teams?
What are they going to do? Put it in other countries?
I don't know what they're thinking. They'd like, if they ever go to England, if they ever go to
Chattanooga?
Europe, they would do it like that so that
Yeah.
I guess they would schedule it so like if you have to fly to Europe, you stay there for a while, so you're not flying back and forth. And then the European teams, when they come here, they stay here for a while, so that you're just not constantly having this international travel. By the way, no one asked for this.
No
one asked for this.
You got to name one of those.
I want a London team. Nobody asked for this.
You got to name one of those teams the jet laggers, wherever they're from.
The JLs?
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Like the British team, the jet laggers.
So
The Red Eyes.
I like that too. Yeah,
there
that's
you
a
go.
good one.
As long as we're on the sports thing, is everybody aware of the fact that there's probably going to be a ref lockout next NFL season?
This coming?
It's coming out of
Did you say
NFL season.
walkout or lockout?
Lockout.
Well, they could
What
just hire new ones, right?
They'll get the scrubs.
They're going to.
Scabs.
They're already recruiting people from colleges right now, and I'm wondering if they're looking at the UFL as a potential, because it's different now. When it happened before 2012, you had the Fail Mary. It was pretty awful. The refereeing was terrible. But what wasn't around in 2012? Legalized gambling, which the NFL has embraced like every other. And so here's their new thinking. I'm gleaning through the stuff that I'm reading. They're already – see, the last time at the last minute they went and pulled college refs. They're already now, at this point, recruiting college refs because they don't think that the talks are going well. But this is their thought. They've put in a new rule for 1 year only. For 1 year only, the NFL itself from New York can change bad calls. And that's this year is the 1 year only. And I think what they're thinking is, the reffing will be worse on the field, but we'll change it. If something is egregiously wrong, we'll change it because they're afraid of gamblers. It's a totally different thing. If somebody gains or loses $2,000 on the way the call is, and it's one of those botched calls that everybody knows is wrong, and you lost $2,000, it's not like the old days when gambling was illegal and they can go, hey, you're the one who gambles. Now they embrace it. Alex Williams sees big rig trouble on 285 in Cobb.
Yeah, embrace the delays because they're going to be with you on the west side outer loop, Eric. 285 southbound, you slow right in the Vinings, the Smyrna Vinings area, Paces Ferry Road, exit 18, all due to these two big rigs, one trying to help the other out in the second left lane, 285 south below South Cobb Drive, exit 15. And just found new trouble in Sandy Springs, 285 east, the inner loop at Riverside Drive. That blocks the right lane and the beginning of the exit ramp to Riverside Drive. Cars having to scoot through the gore there. We've still been watching trouble on 285 in DeKalb County, Sky Smith.
Yes, there is a crash at I-285 north in DeKalb County in the right lane, right before the I-20 east exit. You're going to start slowing down before Flat Shoals Road. This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. A Blizzard treat gets sweeter with the double flip deal. Buy a Blizzard, get another for 99 cents in the DQ app. DQ, happy taste good. Limited time at participating U.S. locations. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the Trustdale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Mark
I don't think this is just a black and white story.
Local.
These public defenders like, hey, get a real lawyer, man. I can't handle this.
Topical.
People that like the president think this is the greatest thing to do.
Mark Arrow.
That's one of many unanswered questions.
Tomorrow at 9 a.m.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
President Trump is under attack by radical liberal Sean Harris. Now, Sean Harris wants to go to Washington, where he could be the deciding vote to open borders and repeal working families' tax cuts. This April 7th, vote for Trump-endorsed Clay Fuller for Congress. Conservatives for American Excellence, Inc. paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. ConservativesForAmericanExcellence.com.
Are you not using your garage door as much as you like because you lost your remote? I mean, I get it. You're embarrassed. You don't want to look dopey in front of the garage door guy, and it's around here somewhere, so it's bound to turn up. Except that was 3 years ago. And now you're parking in your driveway. We're running through the rain to open it with the keypad, instead of taking advantage of one of the greatest technologies America has ever shared with the world. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our technicians have replacement remotes compatible with every make and model of garage door, whether it's one of ours or not. And since most new cars have openers built in, we can program your car to open your door without a remote, so you can lose your replacement all you want. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll get you sorted out. Now, if you lose your remote and your car, well, we're back to square one.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
When materials are late, everything's late. Labor's waiting, clients are waiting, and that costs you. Dave Baker here, and the pros I know rely on Randall Brothers. Randall Brothers delivers complete, accurate, on-time orders, wrapped right and ready to go. No half-right shipments, no guessing games, just dependable service that keeps your job moving. If you're tired of chasing materials, there's a better way to build. Randall Brothers, widest selection, industry expertise, accurate, no hassle deliveries. RandallBrothers.com.
Suffering from spring allergies? AllCare can help you manage your allergy triggers and develop a treatment plan customized for you. Visit one of our 15 locations, including after hours and weekends, or access our virtual care services today. Learn more at allcare-ga.com/allergy.
Hey friends, imagine all that can happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids will grow, new memes will come out. But what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price did not change for 5 years? Thanks to the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. Hey, it's Mark Aram here. You are guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most, that finds and fixes any issues, before you even notice them. It's like super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats. For the next 5 years, all your devices will be working in perfect harmony, and you get their best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, and no strings. So even though the kids will grow up and you still won't understand 6-7, your internet's going to stay sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi, all with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. To get started, call, visit Xfinity.com, or drop into an Xfinity store today. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
Want to make the most of your tax refund? File with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then we help you do more with it with a personalized plan designed to help you hit your money goals. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
That makes sense. Universe.
I got you.
Makes sense. Hey, look, you guys laugh at me. AI knows. It says right here, the DC Defenders experienced a significant defensive and overall team meltdown during their Week 1 matchup against the St. Louis Battlehawks. Ricky Prohl's team.
You're the only guy in radio who's talking about that league.
I
think that's great.
I tell you what I did. I wasn't looking for it, but I came across that particular game. Does Atlanta have a team or no?
We do not have a team.
That's why I couldn't find Atlanta. I'm like, when's Atlanta going to play?
Mm-hmm.
I had
What
heard
happened
somewhere.
to that arena football?
The arena football, for a while, it was the Arena Football League ended, and then there was something called Arena League Football 2, and that was still going on.
It was called Arena League Football 2.
It was. It was called Arena.
Like the number 2 or
Yes,
TOO?
number 2.
It's like when a pet dies and you give it the same name.
Yeah. No, they were
Two at the end.
They were happening at the same time. And then the big one went bankrupt, and the other one was going for a while, but I don't know if it still is.
Didn't Elway own one of those teams?
Possibly.
The Kiss
I
owned
think
one, too.
Kiss owned one. I think I owned one. I can't quite remember.
Well, they were handing them out.
Yeah.
Looks like there is the NAL, the National Arena League. And there
maybe
are...
they've joined forces.
Kurt Warner came out of that.
No, Kurt Warner came out of the Canadian Football League, I believe.
No, he played
No,
arena
he was
football.
arena.
Oh, arena. That's right.
That's why
No,
he
you're
was
right.
so good at, passing all the time.
Yeah. That's why. Yeah, you're right. That was arena football. And when it was like big for a moment, but it was only, what was arena football? It was like 50 yards. Wasn't
Yes, it was a half. I believe it was a half court or a half field.
And you were allowed to kind of like, was there no out of bounds? I feel like you almost had people checked against the boards kind of
Like
situation.
hockey boards.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well.
You want to know?
Now, not only are we talking sports, we're talking sports that no longer exist.
The Puebla.
Go tell your friends that the radio show you were listening to, not only were they talking about sports, they were talking about sports that no longer exist. And somehow you had to just keep listening because you thought to yourself, it's got to get better than this, right? Can't get worse.
We set the bar.
We set the bar. If that's as bad as it gets, I'm a fan.
I was watching Highlights.
Oh.
I've never seen it. I've only seen signs for it in Florida as I'm driving. I guess you can gamble.
Of course
you could
can.
even before. Is it like it's like a weird a horn
it's
type
like-
of thing? Scoop
Yeah,
thing
it's,
to
like, it's
have?
like soccer. It's got that scoop thing.
Yeah.
It's
It reminds me of lacrosse a little bit.
Yeah,
a very
lacrosse.
hard ball.
But the ball goes 150 miles per hour, I think, around that speed.
And people gamble on it like it's the horses or the dogs. Like, how does that happen? That was a sport that no one's really ever heard of outside of gambling, have they? There's no leagues around the world.
I think the
Highlight
first time I
champions?
heard about it was on Mad Men. Because like somebody was trying to say that this was going to be the next big sport and they should like get behind it.
Oh
or
yeah, they just
something.
took his money because he was a rich guy, and
Right.
they're like, "All right, you're an idiot, but if you want to give us money to promote your Highlight."
So did some guy invent this sport and then it went nowhere and they decided, hey, you can gamble on it in Florida and then it's got something?
I think it's a very old sport. It looks
But,
like
but there's no, it has no footprint. Rugby has a footprint. It's not very big, but rugby in America has a footprint.
it came around in the 17th century in the Basque region of Spain.
Oh, well, I visited there, and those are some damn good people.
Were they playing Highlight?
They were not playing highlight, but let me
They
tell
would
you
not
something.
shut
about-
up about it.
Everything was about highlight, but I don't know much. I know that there's a troubled past there, and I'm always like, hey, I went over there, and these were some of the most fun people I've ever met in my life. But I am aware that there's also some controversy with that area that I don't really know about, so I don't want to Oh, is that what you're in favor of, Hessler? Kind of thing. Well, there was a separatist movement, and
I see.
I remember in the 70s and 80s. There was one in Italy as well back then. It was called like the Red something or
the Tigers.
The Red
no,
Wave?
that's out of
Tamil Tigers.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I feel like it was like the Red Brigade or something in Italy in the 70s. Or
Weren't the Basques the remnants of the
you're right.
Empire?
I don't know. I was.
Yeah,
I was told. My brother-in-law told me at the wedding, this area of Spain is like the Texas of Spain.
Okay.
And so they've and like Quebec and Canada, there's always been a bit of a separatist movement, and I think it got really, really violent for a while. And I don't know how much of the population was behind that or weren't. Don't know a lot about it.
Fun fact about Highlight, guys.
Getting back from separatist movements in Europe.
Listen,
to,
I got
back
you.
to Highlight.
I'm going to the Wikipedia page. I'm fascinated by this. The International Highlight Players Association held the longest strike in American professional sports history from 1988 to 1999.
Because nobody knew about
Nobody
it.
knew. Nobody, exactly. No one was aware. What? Who's striking?
Highlight.
What's that?
Highlight.
What are we going to do without Highlight?
Highlight.
Highlight. Alex Williams is now watching, Highlight, but also traffic downtown.
Yes, that is correct, Eric. 85 southbound. We'll start there heading into the city. Still watching the slow ride leaving Georgia 400. Trying to make your way on to 75, 85 south. Going to stay sluggish through Midtown, but it's actually getting better the closer you get to I-20. And 75, 85 northbound. Still a little bit slow University Avenue up to Freedom Parkway. How are things looking on 85 toward Gwinnett County, Sky Smith?
I-85 northbound. You're congested near I-285, and then you're going to be stop and go between Jimmy Carter Boulevard and Highway 316. Now, as you head into Lawrenceville on 316 East, you can expect to be on and off the brakes all the way up to Sugarloaf Parkway. Traffic is brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Next report, less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
You always remember a home service company that's friendly and thorough. That's 100% the experience I had when CertaPro Painters came to my home to look at our white ceilings that just needed a facelift. Ashley Frasca here to tell you that their process is hassle-free and they get the job done right with pride in their work. Things are looking up at the Frasca House, thanks to CertaPro Painters. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
Are you not using your garage door as much as you like because you lost your remote? I mean, I get it. You're embarrassed. You don't want to look dopey in front of the garage door guy, and it's around here somewhere, so it's bound to turn up. Except that was 3 years ago. And now you're parking in your driveway or running through the rain to open it with the keypad, instead of taking advantage of one of the greatest technologies America has ever shared with the world. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our technicians have replacement remotes compatible with every make and model of garage door, whether it's one of ours or not. And since most new cars have openers built in, we can program your car to open your door without a remote, so you can lose your replacement all you want. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll get you sorted out. Now, if you lose your remote and your car, well, we're back to square one.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell.
And I'm Monica Pearson. Dale and I have worked together for years, first at WSB, and today helping you find Georgia's best companies and sharing why they're the best.
Monica, one of the first companies I researched and recommended is Amco Transmissions and Total Car Care. For more than a dozen years, they've consistently met my 7-point standard and honored my Make It Right guarantee. And I know you believe in Amco just as much as I do.
Dale, over the years, we've both reported about people getting taken advantage of. So I'm keenly aware what it takes to deliver not just great performance, but great customer service. People who follow my advice literally stop me on the street and thank me for referring them to Amco.
We all need mechanics we can trust for correct diagnosis, efficient repair, and fair price. Not just for transmission repair, but engines, brakes, check engine lights, and so much more. Call the locally owned Amco near you.
And I know their nationwide warranty protects you everywhere.
That's AA.
MCO.
Hi, it's Dale from TrustDale.com. I've trusted America's Best Choice for more than a decade for windows, doors, siding, decks, and roofing. Their exclusive 3-way warranty, including my $10,000 Make It Right guarantee, protects you if something goes wrong.
Thanks, Dale. At America's Best Choice, we deliver the best exterior solutions that provide long-term value for your home. Schedule your free in-home estimate now at abcwin.com. No pressure, no gimmicks. America's Best Choice. Quality you can trust, prices you can afford.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top story, new developments in the March 12th synagogue attack in Michigan. The FBI's Jennifer Runyon says the suspect was inspired by an Iran-backed terror group.
Based on the evidence gathered to date, we assess this attack to be a Hezbollah-inspired act of terrorism, purposely targeting the Jewish community and the largest Jewish temple in Michigan.
The Department of Justice says the man acted on directions from Hezbollah and he was no lone wolf. The suspect died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound during a shooting with temple security. No one else was hurt. Even as the White House says talks with Iran to end the war continue. Correspondent Ed O'Keefe reports President Trump is still considering sending ground troops to Iran.
The vibe certainly seems to be, look, we gave them an opportunity the first time. It didn't work. We're giving them an opportunity now. If it doesn't work, we'll take that step that could lead to several weeks, if not months, of more prolonged military action.
74 degrees in Atlanta. Any rain on the way to wash away the pollen. Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. A prom night tragedy in Douglas County. An 18-year-old senior at Chapel Hill High School is killed after a high-speed car crash along Chapel Hill Road at Rosemont Drive. State Patrol says Patience Price was a passenger in a car that went airborne after hitting an embankment. She apparently was not wearing a seatbelt and was thrown from the car. A passenger in the back seat was also seriously injured. The driver has minor injuries and did not appear to be impaired. Tragedy in Paulding County where a man is dead following a weekend house fire.
Body cam footage shows the urgent moments after firefighters arrived to the home on Mount Tabor Church Road and scrambled to locate the victim.
Show me where they're at.
Using a ladder near the home, crews break the window to an upstairs bedroom to get the 35-year-old out. Paulding County Fire Rescue Captain Steve Mapes says they went to work within minutes of getting to the scene.
They were ready, dressed, prepared to go in.
The victim was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
A student shoots a teacher at a school in Texas.
The shooter, a 15-year-old male student, died at the scene.
Sheriff Mark Reynolds says the shooting happened at Hill Country College Preparatory High School in Texas. The teacher has been taken to a San Antonio hospital, but no information yet on the teacher's condition has been released. The student shot himself. No other injuries are reported. New help for drivers on Georgia 400.
It's no joke. On April 1st, the State Department of Transportation will roll out a new level of assistance for the 16-mile corridor of State Route 400.
So as part of our public-private partnership with State Route 400 Peach Partners, they are launching a new State Route 400 Incident Response Unit.
The DOT's Kyle Collins says the IRUs won't take the place of Hero units, but work in conjunction with them. Drivers who need help won't see any changes when they dial 511 for help on the road. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
An armed drug dealer who led Marietta police on a chase is sentenced to more than 7 years in federal prison. 31-year-old Trayon Turk was convicted for possessing a firearm as a convicted felon and possession of methamphetamine with the intent to distribute. The U.S. attorney says just weeks after his release from a state prison, Turk picked up where he left off, trafficking deadly drugs while armed with a loaded pistol and attempting to outrun police. Phone calls to poison centers spiked to a record high in connection with an herbal substance.
The FDA warns consumers not to use Kratom because of the risk of serious adverse events. Here in Georgia, the Kratom Consumer Protection Act went into effect last year. But Patrick Filkins with Georgia Poison Control says it does little to slow the problem.
No, it's not really being policed or regulated well. I mean, these products are being sold out of gas stations and these quote-unquote head shops.
CDC reports a more than 12,000% increase in Kratom-related calls to poison centers over the last decade, including a large increase last year. Sabrina Serena Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
It's now 6:34. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And Triple Team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Had some very nice motorists and truckers on the east side perimeter, Bill. They stopped and helped push a stall on 285 south, the inner loop at Memorial Drive off to the right. They blocked the traffic to safely do so, and everything is back open. So good news there. Hopefully that'll help out those delays that are stretching back toward Chamblee Tucker Road. Earlier trouble in Sandy Springs, 285 east, the inner loop at Riverside Drive has cleared. Delays improving behind that. Making that late push over to Truist Park. Still seeing some brake lights 285 west between Georgia 400 and I-75. We still got trouble on 285 in Cobb, Sky Smith.
I-285 southbound just past South Cobb Drive. We've got a stalled tractor trailer in the second to left lane. We're seeing delays back before Atlanta Road. Now make sure you stay to the far right to get around this. The next report is in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Cloudy skies this evening. Just a slim chance of an isolated rain shower moving through. Staying mild through tomorrow morning with lows in the upper 50s to low 60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, an isolated pop-up storm possible, high 79. Very warm on Wednesday, partly cloudy with a high around 85. Staying in the upper 80s on Thursday afternoon, partly cloudy with pop-up storms on Friday with a high around 82.
72 in Noonan, 74 in Midtown Atlanta, and 70 in Dunwoody. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. You'll save time and make the most money. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. Mark Spain Real Estate has over 13,000 five-star reviews and sells more than 38 homes a day, making them the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. Trust Mark Spain to provide the strongest cash offer in the industry and sell your home hassle-free. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Access to affordable credit helps me pay my employees, but I don't really need it.
Inflation is killing me. But who cares? Big retailers are making record profits. That's why we support the Durbin Marshall credit card bill.
See? Banks and credit unions help small businesses make payroll. This bill would cut the vital resources they need,
while increasing megastore profits. They deserve it, don't they?
Tell Congress, stop the Durbin Marshall money grab for corporate megastores.
Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
I'm Dan Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, millions of people called us for representation. Why? Because trust grows when you win, and we've won a lot. Over $30 billion and counting. When you call America's largest injury law firm, you're calling a family. You're calling an army. Our army. You're calling somebody who will fight for you. Injured? Let our family fight for your family. Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
Morgan & Morgan, Atlanta, 191 Peach Street, Atlanta, Georgia. Thou pound law. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
5-star reviews tell the Painting Plus story, but seeing is believing.
Hi, I'm Charlie, owner of Painting Plus. Our work is so exceptional that I'm proud to show you. Just click on recent projects in your area and see the amazing work we've crafted for your neighbors.
Painting Plus. Anything and everything exteriors at the highest quality. Siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and more.
Trust the Plus. PaintingPlus.com.
Greg Russ, I have to bring you up to date.
Please
because a couple weeks ago, we had a little sit-down at Manual's, and we were talking about some ideas.
Yeah, and I sent you
All right, let me tell the story.
outline.
I'm the host of this show. Don't get ahead of the host. Bad
I just want
protocol.
people to know in case you try to spin it. I know this is not a spin-free zone. It is the spin zone.
Okay, I get it, but let me just say, you are here to rebut anything that I say. So a couple weeks ago, we had these ideas for, stage shows, things like that. And when we both are somewhat procrastinating individuals, and we know that, so we kind of made a pact. Well, let's have a one sheet. Each of us has a one sheet for the other by Monday. That was a couple weeks ago. Neither of us made that deadline. And then I can't remember for what reason, Greg had to cancel out of some show, and he felt bad about it. And so he's like, yeah, but I did send you the one sheet. And so far, I have to say that my strategy has been, Greg, that if I don't read the one sheet, that I'm not on the hook yet to respond to it. So I haven't read it yet. Not because I don't want to read it, but just because I figure once I read it, well, then the clock is ticking.
Well, it's like when you get hired, sometimes companies want you to take a drug test, and they know when you open that email. When you open that email to schedule the appointment, you have to go within 48 hours.
You're
But as long
on.
as you don't click that link, you've got time to get the stuff out of your system.
You can get high.
Problem with the drug test really has been that, you get popped for marijuana because it just has this nasty habit of hanging around in your fat cells for like a month. Meanwhile, my understanding is cocaine is gone in like 48 hours, 72. I don't see how long, George, like meth. How long does that stay in your? Maybe that's like pot. Maybe that because you smoke it. Maybe that hangs out.
Well, people smoke coke.
But do they even check for meth in a drug test? I think they only check for
Imagine
pot. Do they check for meth?
I'm sure they check for that.
2-3 days.
Yeah, you see, these really hard drugs, they're in and out of your system. So it's the poor pot slacker.
Pot clings to your fat cells.
Right, but I'm saying is that becomes the thing you get busted for.
Yep.
Now, I'm not saying you should go to work high at any time. I don't think it's a good thing to do. But what is more dangerous to the workplace? Somebody who comes in on meth or cocaine or pot?
Oh, pot, hands down.
Oh, there's no doubt. The most dangerous one
For
out
sure.
there. What about heroin, George? I wonder if you could do heroin and beat stop for 3 days and beat a drug test.
So when you get a drug test, your standard one checks for marijuana, cocaine, amphetamines, opioids, and angel dust, PCP. So those are what they typically test for at most corporate.
But I'm saying is if you do meth a lot, then you can literally just stop for 4 days.
Yeah.
Take the test and you'll be fine.
Heroin, too.
Huh? Heroin as well. But marijuana just happens to hang out in your fat cells for a month, and that becomes the one. Would you rather have somebody show? Listen, again,
it's not even about showing. It's not. Sorry, George.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
He's right though.
But it's because your body's not trying to kick it out like it is the other things.
Because it's more dangerous.
Right.
Like marijuana, body's like, we can handle this.
Well, we got cannabinoids already.
Yeah. It's like,
let's hang out.
So the more dangerous drugs, your body is trying to evacuate as quickly as possible.
I don't even know if that's just the way it processes it. Like you said, THC gets stored in the fat cells. Also, when they do the drug test, I don't think it's because they're worried you're going to show up to work high, because you could show up drunk and they don't test for that. It's just still a character issue.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's the thing. They want to make sure. Obviously, some of these drugs can take over your life and you're not going to be a good employee. So even if you aren't showing up to work high, they don't want you on these drugs. But I feel like marijuana is like alcohol at this point, recreational.
What if you live in a state where it's legal? Do they still test?
Yeah, but I guess they do.
Work at Walmart?
I mean, I could still say just because something's legal. I mean, I don't know.
The company makes the policy on that. The company can decide whether or not.
But still, the main thing is whether they have it or not, is it doesn't catch the hard drugs. And it catches the slacker who likes to get high. Now, as far as character goes, I do think that there's something to the idea of, well, does he even have the ability just to stop getting high for 30 days so he can get this job? It's kind of become that, It's kind of become a little bit like that.
Sure, it has a lot to do with insurance, too.
Yeah, I guess. But, I mean, I imagine, if somebody does something on heroin, I mean, maybe it is just a character test, but isn't that a test of your character? If you're doing heroin or meth all the time, they're not going to catch it.
I drive this forklift so much better while on heroin. So much better.
They just don't know, man. I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone.
It's obviously multifaceted. There are the jobs where you're operating equipment. They want to make sure. But for the radio host coming in, you're not going to come in high. But if you get high in your spare time, who cares?
But my point is you're not even going to catch those people for the really important things, like if you're a ferry driver or whatever, like if you're a pilot.
If you're a pilot, you have to be seen drinking. Have you seen the video of that guy that got pulled out of the cabin? He was drunk.
But my point is, if you're a pilot, if you have 2 weeks off and you do heroin, as long as you stop 4 days before you go back or whatever, then you're not going to catch it. All you're going to catch is the dude who's getting high, or someone who's such a meth addict they can't stop for 4 days.
It's a flawed system.
Well, that's how the Wehrmacht got through Europe so quickly.
It is the meth.
So
Hitler was on meth, right? They called it something else back then.
Amphetamine.
It was methamphetamine. It was a form of it.
It was like these little pills that they gave those guys as they were racing across.
It's like Adderall.
France.
The Blitzkrieg.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the first version
What were
of
the
Adderall.
pills? Find out what the pills were called, because that's what Hitler was addicted to this stuff.
Mm-hmm. His hand was always shaking.
Well, toward the end, definitely. I saw some footage where, like, the German army's so depleted. This is like, if not the last days, the last months, and they don't have, like new people. So there's a lot of like really like Hitler
There's
is
kids.
there's like young kids, and he's like inspecting them, and you can see his hand behind his back is just like all over the place.
Pervitin,
is that what it was?
brand name methamphetamine pill.
I have to tell you that.
Don't take Pervitin if you're allergic to Pervitin.
Yeah, do not listen. But otherwise, definitely take Pervitin
for sure.
If you want to take over France in like a day.
Oh, you could do that now.
Well, look, the soldiers. It was just meth. It had 3 milligrams of meth per tablet, and the soldiers could stay up for 3 days in a row.
Yeah. Over in France,
reduced pain sensitivity,
and also empathy. It reduces empathy, so you can just become a cold, stone, wide awake killer. It's like, and meanwhile, like in France, they're like, okay, well, we're gonna knock off for 6 or 7 hours.
Well,
You guys
PEDs are banned in war now, so it's.
Oh, okay. Is
Yeah.
that so? You get in trouble.
Yeah,
You miss a few games.
that's right.
If
you
you
were
don't make
suspended for the war.
Yeah, you're suspended for the war.
You don't make the War Hall of Fame either.
No, you're out. Speaking of if they had a Hall of Fame for traffic, Alex Williams would be a first balloter. And he says there's a stalled big rig on 285 in Cobb. I'm not holding you responsible for that, but let us know what it's all about.
Yeah, unfortunately, Eric, this one's been with us all afternoon and not a single set of flashing lights to help it. We've seen a few other trucks try to stop and help them, but that was to no avail. Still knocks out the second left lane here in Cobb. 285 south below South Cobb Drive, exit 15. That's why you're slow from South Atlanta Road. It's 285 southbound, the inner loop into Cab. That's in recovery mode between Tucker and Clarkston ever since that earlier stall down at Memorial Drive is cleared. What are things looking like now through downtown Atlanta, Sky Smith?
Your connector northbound ride is sluggish between University Avenue on up to Georgia Tech. And for your connector southbound ride, we've got some heavy delays at Northside Drive, but everything eases up as you make your way through the city on down to I-20. This report is sponsored by Staples. From posters and presentations to labels and loyalty cards, Staples has all the print to boost your brand. Shop now in store, or you can shop online. Staples. That was easy. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
You can count on it.
Can try and plan for it.
But sometimes it gets the best of you.
Multiple left lanes blocked, quickly impacting you as you leave the airport.
When it stops you from getting where you need to be.
Atlanta's most trusted traffic team gets you there.
Now we've got our second crash of the morning on I-85.
The most up-to-date traffic reports from Atlanta's most trusted traffic team.
Only your right lane open.
Every time you listen. Triple Team Traffic.
95.5 WSB. How Atlanta gets there.
My wake-up call came 3 years ago. Like many of you out there, I was savoring some time with my parents. It's Belinda Skelton for Four Seasons Home Care. I remember we were preparing a meal, and I saw my dad struggling with a boiling pot on the stove. That was the moment I knew I had to get into action on the home care options for my parents. Have you seen some red flags recently with your folks? Like them struggling with day-to-day tasks, being a little confused, having trouble remembering to take their meds. If your aging parents are showing signs, but they want to age in place in the comfort of their homes, please Google Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta and request a consultative call. It's free, and it's a crucial step towards your parents getting what they want and need, allowing you, the child, to do your role and just love them. Google Four Seasons Home Care. That's Four Seasons Home Care.
Calling all HVAC contractors. Ferguson is your one-stop shop for Ruud equipment, parts, and supplies to keep every job moving. Now stocking Ruud, Ferguson gives you reliable inventory, expert product knowledge, and fast turnaround when time matters most. Don't let shortages or delays slow down your business. We're fully stocked and ready when you are. Plus, our team is here to help you find the right solution for every install. Visit a Ferguson location near you. Ferguson HVAC, proud to partner with Ruud in Georgia.
Georgia homeowners, quick question. When was the last time you paid full retail for anything? Not your TV, not your phone, not your car. So why are people still paying full retail for windows? Hey, it's Ray, founder of Window Comfort, and most homeowners don't realize this. Big window brands mark their prices up 30 to 50% just for the name. You're not buying better windows, you're buying their advertising budget. Here at Window Comfort, we cut out the brand tax and we go factory direct. That's how we deliver premium windows for thousands less. And to kick off 2026, we're making it stupid not to check. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, free installation, and no payments until 2028. Don't be the homeowner who paid full price. You have nothing to lose and everything to save. Go to windowcomfort.com and get your free, no-pressure estimate today.
Those black streaks on your roof, not just dirt. It's actually fungus that feeds on your shingles, slowly breaking them down, shortening the lifespan of your roof, even increasing your energy bills. That's why I trust Wise Guys Pro Wash. Wise Guys used a soft wash to safely remove those streaks and protect the shingles, and it came with a multi-year roof treatment warranty. It's simple. One quick call, a free estimate, and no need to be home. Mention me when you book Chris Chandler and save $70 at wiseguysprowash.com. The wise choice for your home.
If you don't care about saving 50% off your wireless bill for the same 5G coverage the big guys are charging a fortune for, maybe you care about keeping jobs in America. Pure Talk does. They've pledged to run their entire operation from this country, including all their customer service. Or maybe you care about our nation's veterans. Pure Talk does. They've donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to America's Warrior Partnership, a fantastic organization working hard to prevent veteran suicide. Or maybe you care about closing America's skills gap. Pure Talk does. They're a proud supporter of MicroWorks. They're helping my foundation train the next generation of skilled workers. Don't get me wrong. Saving money's great, and you'll save plenty with Pure Talk. But if you want to be in business with people who share your values, dial pound 250. Say Micro, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
You know, with the war going on, a lot of people may not. I don't know if it's happening or not, but there could be. We could be seeing the first cracks in the AI future. And we know OpenAI stopped Sora 2, which we were using here because Tim Andrews would make up these ridiculous politicians, and we have little 10-second commercials from them. And so people like us use them, but the amount of compute, they only have so much. This is what I'm learning in my reading. There's only so much compute. You know, there's only so much. You only have so many chips, and you have to dedicate those to the compute that you want. And even though there were some people who were enjoying Sora 2, you know, they got, I think they had to give like, was it $1 billion or $100 million back to Disney because Disney was going to do a thing with them, and that wasn't even worth it. The amount of money it was costing OpenAI behind the scenes to do every 10-second video was taking up too many chips, too much compute, and they wanted to put it somewhere else to develop other products that nobody wants. There's a YouTube channel, and I recommend it. It's a guy named Patrick Boyle. And, you know, I can't know who anybody is all the way through or whatever, but his channel is appears to me very objective, and he just lays things out, you know, and tells you what the fact. I guess he has some opinions. Maybe he throws them in here and there, not in a way that is overwhelming, that's for sure. And he kind of laid out what this future of AI and all these data centers and the energy that it's going to take. And I just thought, hey, I'll just give him a plug and I'll just let him let my audience know.
1 gigawatt is enough power to run a mid-sized city or about 750,000 homes. The International Energy Agency predicts that by 2030, the global demand from these data centers will grow by an additional 50 gigawatts. To put that in perspective, the electricity needed just to keep the world's AI chips running in 4 years' time is expected to be equivalent to the total power consumption of Germany and France combined. Or roughly 3.5 times the total power consumption of the UK.
So does that sound doable to anybody? Is anybody really buying that this is something that, and we still don't have a product. We have with Claude, we have some coding stuff and some stuff
clean up your desktop.
Yes,
which is nice.
I cleaned up my desktop with Claude. I don't know how much people are willing to pay for that, but you already have like this Sora 2, it took off and there was a lot of AI slop from it and everything. Still wasn't
all
worth
made, right? It wasn't. I know they were trying to get into movies and stuff, but it was slop and probably porn. Those were the two things probably driving it.
Yeah, you got to get the right play. Well, there are certain sites that will do porn. I don't know what their back is. I don't know what are they on. Are they on Anthropic? Are they on OpenAI? I'm not exactly sure. But I think most of it was what we call AI slop, the stuff that was put out there.
From Sora, too.
From Sora, too.
That I felt like one of the biggest things they're not talking about with it is I felt like, I'm sure when people were creating characters that were like Bob Barker from Price is Right, or characters like Bill Cosby, I mean, the legality behind that, too, probably was getting expensive,
but
right?
the whole thing was they would just, hey, if somebody complained, they'd take it down.
Yeah.
They had signed this deal with Disney to be able to use any Disney characters. And I can't remember if it was $100 million or however much it was. But they just said, we're going to give it back because even that wasn't worth it. It was the only client they had. And when you listen to what Patrick Boyle was telling you about the energy needs, there's a lot of money invested in this. It's been a few years now. You had a moment with ChatGPT. You're not seeing a whole lot of products. There's a little bit with Claude. People have invested billions of dollars in this technology, and these investors want something back soon. And if they don't get it, I'm not saying it's going to crash because I don't want to be the person who says that, but logically, the money is going to stop coming at some point. All right. That music's telling us two things. Shut the hell up and get the hell out. And you know us. We are good citizens, and that means we do what we're told, and we never talk back. Shelley Winters up next. We've got another great radio show for you, as usual. We're going to come back tomorrow at 3 p.m., do another one of these radio shows. You're all invited to join us, but until then, continue on the journey. Don't piss off the genie.
6:56 in the Trussdale